Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
What's up, everybody? What's happening? What's going on? The GRG podcast is live. And man, yeah, let's get to it, man. I'm not even going to waste no time this week. I'm just going to get to it because, I mean, you know, look, there's other stuff to talk about, but we're just going to hit on the heavy hitters today. Normally, we kind of hit a few smaller things, but we're hitting heavy hitter stuff today, right? Like, we're just going to go right into it. Well, I take that back because I will have to ask everybody on the panel what games did they play, what they're having fun with right now, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started. Man, Sir X-Man, what's happening with you, brother? What's going on?
What's up, Chief? How you feeling today, man?
Feeling like hot garbage right now. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, actually, like, you know, yeah, I feel all right, but man, I am wore out, man. I am wore out. But
you didn't say garbage. You said hot garbage.
Hot.
It be like that sometimes, man. We have days
garbo.
like that.
So like, yeah. So you know, what I'm saying garbo. Yeah, like, you know, hot garbo. You never heard that? Garbage. That's it. That's what it is. Garbage. So I already tell you. This already gonna tell you how this show is going to go with me being the narrator. So regardless of that, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna let the panel just kind of go with it. I'm just going to go with the flow tonight. Anyway, so Sir X-Man, what's been going on? What games you been playing right now? I know that you was letting me know in the back area when we was getting things prepped up about one particular game, but what else have you been playing, bro?
Oh, well, pretty much I've been hooked on Proteus. I discovered it. Like I said, I was at an auto dealer, you know, getting some work done on my car. That shit took a long ass time. So I brought my Razor Kishi because that's normally what I do when I got to get some work done on my car and I go to the place. And I was like, what should I play? I did Doom. I did Mortal Kombat for a minute to check it out. And then I dropped in Proteus with xCloud using my 5G. I did not have a problem, dude. It was running smooth, no lag whatsoever. And I was like, damn, they've improved this that much since the last time I played. I was not on the shop's Wi-Fi or nothing, everyone. And I was like, damn. So when I got home, I continued to play it on my console because that game is really good. You guys need to check it out. It really is. It's addictive. It's like a Doom, old school Doom, and with the new Doom flavor and with the pixelated. You guys should try it. It's in Game Pass and Game Preview, and you guys will love it. Plus, you get achievements and everything, and it has co-op. Haven't found nobody to do co-op with yet. I just found out at the end earlier when I was shutting it down, and I guess you can do co-op with friends.
All right, sounds pretty interesting.
Check the game out.
Did you ever play the Hell Slinger or however that game?
No, not yet. Metal Hellsinger.
Yeah. It looks,
not yet. I played the beta.
Looks pretty dope though. I downloaded it. It did look pretty dope. I just, you know, I'm not really into the death metal, but the way that was going, well, I know you are, so that's why I thought that was going to be one of the games that you brought up. But you know, when I was watching another trailer, and then just when whoever was playing was shooting to the beat, and I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. So I definitely gonna give it a swing if I could just put 2K down. But yeah, okay.
just turn the music off and play some hip hop, and you just pretend.
No.
I
mean, I don't hate death metal. It's not like I got a problem with it like that. I'll play it for how the game is designed. You know, that's what's got my attention is the way that, you know, I can feel like
it's not really
like
death metal.
An adrenaline rush.
It's not really death metal. It's just extreme hard rock.
Oh, okay.
That's what it really, really is.
Well, you know, I know my wife was a big rocker back in the days, but you know, that's different now.
Mm-hmm.
I got to listen into R&B, you know what I'm saying, some neo soul.
Oh
Well,
Lord.
you know what I'm saying, some, little hip hop,
Commodores
you know what I'm
and
saying?
shit
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
slow jams, you know what I'm saying? I had to turn that all out. You know what I'm saying? Like you like in rock and country and all that. No. Baby girl,
Play
let
us
me
some
take you
Bootsy
over
with some
here.
play us some
Come
munchies from
over
Bootsy
here
Collins.
to
Oh
this
yeah.
world. It introduced Dwelly and Erykah Badu and all that. You can't go wrong. Anyway, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going. Loke, what's going on? Hey man, you got to be smooth, bro. You got to be smooth. Anyway, Loke, what's happening with you, brother? How you doing, man? What games have you been playing? What have you been up to? You know what I'm saying? How you been?
First off, I actually got a review copy for Metal Hellsingers, and
Mm,
my review is just a bit delayed for the gamecritics.com.
mm-hmm,
And yes, you should definitely play Metal Hellsingers.
mm,
Yeah, it doesn't have the lasting power of Doom,
mm-hmm.
but for the time that you're gonna play it, trust me, you will not regret it.
Yeah, it's a short game.
Yeah, it's
I can
not
say
only
that. Yeah.
it's short and it's sweet. And for
Mm-hmm.
people like us that have lives, it's 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 a good experience.
It's a quick fix.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that even gets me more excited because right now I got 2K that's just taking up all my time right now. Which I didn't think it was going to do it like this, but I'm like jonesing right now to jump on and get into the park. So
Yeah, you play
it's
too many long games. You need a short game every now and then.
I do. That part is true.
For what I'm
That part
playing
is true.
now,
Yeah.
that's what I'm playing now. I'm juggling, leveling up all my characters on Yakuza 5 before eventually taking on the main mission, and still trying to level up on Death Stranding.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't
No.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever hit level 999,
Mhm.
but until I give up officially, I'm gonna try. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no need to try. And if you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So
What's
it
it
is.
like 500 hours of gameplay or something like that?
From what I searched, it's about 450.
Jesus Christ, son.
That's up my wheelhouse. I mean, that was the reason why I got it. But it's just there's so many other games that's out there, and of course, there's still stuff in the backlog. So I'll eventually jump on it. I just, I am very well. I'm not surprised because the game is on. A lot of people wanted to cap about it because it was on Game Pass PC, but
You get achievements.
well, it's more of also too. It's like so many people was dogging the game, but now people
Oh,
are
I'm not
like
playing it on
they
Xbox
love it.
though. I'm playing it on PS5.
Oh, okay. You playing on the PlayStation 5? Okay, well that's cool.
He
No,
did
this
say a few weeks back he wanted to go back and play it some more.
He did say
yeah,
that.
this is not about the whole Xbox versus PlayStation thing. I
Mhm.
actually really just wanted to re-experience it,
Mhm.
and I ended up spoiling it for myself because I remember I was talking to Ham on TSWS about, well, I don't see anything special on the director's cut that would justify my purchase. I kind of regretted my purchase, and then while we were chatting, I went ahead and spoiled myself. I googled like the changes or benefits of the director's cut compared to the original, and wow, it's just so much. So I'm not gonna spoil anyone else that hasn't done it. I'm just gonna say, if you're conflicted, trust me, it is worth getting the director's cut, even if you've played the original. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Yeah, no, I only played the little bit of the original. And then, Kojima did that crazy stuff, talking about the West and doesn't really know about art and all that crazy shit. And I was basically, oh, okay, all right, yeah, you on that level. Nah. So I kind of was backing off, but then when he added the pew pews, I was like, okay, all right. So you had to go back to the bread and butter because that's how a lot of people enjoy your games is because of guns and so forth. I mean, you know, storytelling wise, it's usually hit or miss with some people, but it's mostly about how, you know, the gameplay of your games. So therefore, I was really pissed off about that. So, but
that's the version we got on Game Pass PC, right?
Yeah.
No, you got the base version. You didn't.
Oh no, the base. Yeah, that's right. That is the base version. But I went ahead and got the pew pew edition, as I call it. So, you know. So. Yes.
That's a small pew pew. That was just like.
Oh man. All right. Okay. Ham Solo, what's going on with you, man? I know that you've been on the grind today. You got this is your third podcast today, but you know what? We're gonna keep it light so we can go get you guys out of here. You know what I'm saying? And let people enjoy their Fridays. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm still wore out from last week. I mean, because really we had 2 4-hour podcasts in a row last 2 weeks. Nuts. It was flowing. It's fun, but man, especially if you do other podcasts and things like that, it takes it out of you, Jack. It takes it out of you. So, how you doing?
I was smart and left.
Yeah, because your voice was getting out. Yeah, you sounded horrible. Yeah, you had to get your ass out of there. So, and then the later it gets, the nastier you get. So therefore, it's kind of like, you know, you're like a gremlin.
What's your point?
Well, I'm just saying, you're like a gremlin. You know, so you do not feed the mogwai after midnight. So anyway,
hey, if a topic comes up where I got to bring the heat, I'm gonna bring the heat.
Okay, all right. No, I agree. Yeah, you was on one last week. You was on one. It was here lately. You have been on one. I don't know if you've been feeling yourself because you on other podcasts now and things like that, but you know what I'm saying.
I've been bringing the heat on you and Xbox show for a while, primarily on your show though.
No. I don't know. Anyway.
You used to it. Bot wasn't used to me bringing the heat, dude.
No, he was not.
Shocked him that day. Remember that day I shocked him?
So,
what's right, Hams?
Yeah, no, Abacab. There was a GRG last week. Yep. Got to look back. It was a barn burner. You know what I'm saying? It was long, but boy, we got into some really good stuff, man. It like Loke was saying earlier, like we was in the flow. Everything was really fun. So
it really got you through half of your day at work.
Yep, it gets you half of your day at work because that was a long one. But anyway, all right, man.
I had to get on a plane to escape last week's podcast.
Yeah, you escaped too because after you left, more people came in, and you know, and it just, you know, it turned into just more and more.
Just got more people in there last week.
Yeah. So
I was talking shit though. I'm curious.
What'd you say?
Did anyone say that I was talking shit? Like, do they disagree with my take?
Nobody thinks about you, dude.
Wow, the disrespect.
Oh,
oh wow. Yeah, no, there were people that just, yeah, they at first, yeah, people were starting to blast you, and then when you got back into, you pulled it back in, then like people were like, oh, okay, I get it. But yeah, you was getting that slander in the chat for sure.
Dumbed it down. They understood it.
Yeah, because at first I was like, I say, okay, you got a different angle to this, but then when you dumbed it down, everybody started really get it, which that kind of sounds bad, but I mean, in a sense that it did, because from where you started to where you got to the middle part of it, we started to understand, and then when you got to the end, it was a great rant. It was really great.
You got the most hate was when you was dissing Marvel versus Capcom 2.
Oh
yeah.
Well,
yeah, you got the heat, man.
Well, you know what?
It is like outdated. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I know it's not a pretty thing to say.
Oh no.
Oh man. Okay, so you shouldn't have said nothing, Sir man. Anyway, Ham Solo. You know what I'm saying? While you was rudely interrupted by these sapsuckers over here.
It's every time. And anytime you tell me it's my turn to speak, I get interrupted for like a half hour.
Right.
Welcome to my world, Hams.
I usually sit back, grab my phone, I start looking at Twitter and doing something else. Because I know once you call my name, it's going to be a minute until I actually speak.
Right. While you just still talking, Sir X-Man still interrupting you. Anyway, what's been going on with you, Ham? Ignore the disrespect.
You're right. Incoming disrespect in 5, 4,
3,
right?
2, 1.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of bass right there.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, I'm enjoying your gameplay right now of watching Keegan run around wreck house. Like,
oh yeah, Hive Busters
that's
is so
the
good.
Man right there.
He is. Hive
He
Busters
is. That mustache is way too damn thick. God damn,
bro. I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna bring them chops back.
But anyways, as for what I've been playing, K-Maggie, you already know NBA 2K23. I really wanted to go through Wolong with you. We tried to do that last night and got denied. Got denied like a motherfucker. But I ended up playing Tinykin for a little while. That game is actually interesting, fun. It's on Game Pass right now. Just recently dropped on there. Pretty fun. I went and finally got the hardware that I needed to capture footage for my PS3. So I went on ahead and hooked that up, and that's all ready to go. So I got my 360, Dreamcast, and PS3 all hooked up to be able to be captured. And I've been playing on my Dreamcast some Dave Mirra BMX. 360, been playing some more Blitz the League. And then on my PS3, I just started for the very first time Resistance Fall of Man. And that game is pretty fantastic.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
wild.
Yeah. It's grand.
Those enemies are they're interesting.
Yeah.
They are interesting. But anyways, yeah, I've been mostly playing that. Also been playing some Gears 2. That's why I'm fascinated at your gameplay right now, because I'm thinking of Gears. Been playing Gears, and now I'm seeing Gears, and I'm not playing it, and it makes me want to go play. But yeah, me and Matt Likes Games has been smashing through the Gears series. We just finished Gears 2 yesterday. We're starting on 3 tonight. I'm excited to do that. I think that's pretty much it. Final Fantasy VII's, like I said, I've been working a little bit on that here and there, but it's not like something I'm dying to beat. I know that might be sacrilegious for some, but I'm just taking my time through that game because I've always, like, if you know me, I hate Final Fantasy. More or less because of turn-based. Final Fantasy VII is a little different. Kind of interesting.
Oh, you're playing the remake?
Yeah, I'm playing the remake on PS5.
Oh, okay. But you've never played the original, the classic?
The turn-based version?
Yes.
Yeah, I hated it.
Oh, what?
I just say that it's probably sacrilegious.
I know, but it is sacrilegious, but just hearing it it makes my heart hurt.
It doesn't make my heart hurt. I was playing better games. Sorry.
What? Like what? Like what? What was you playing in that era in time that was better than Final Fantasy VII?
Why was getting interrupted?
Yeah, but this is why you get interrupted. I agree. Like what?
You expect people to just keep quiet,
right? I can't be quiet on a statement like that. And you're right, Sleepy Goblin. This is going to be some new slang. Feeding the Mogwai is going to turn. You know what I'm saying? Feeding the Mogwai. This is what happens. See, it's not even 9:00 yet. It's only 8:22.
I had more fun playing Jet Moto than Final Fantasy.
Man, you about to get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and watch GRG. We are out. I'm about to go play the game.
I get to go to sleep.
Bro, we ain't got no time for this bullshit.
It's 3 in the morning.
Bro, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I am not going to have this man speak on this podcast one more time.
Jet Moto. That was
no. You were asking what I was playing back then. Back then, I literally while a lot of people were playing like Final Fantasy and stuff like that, I was really immersed playing like Gran Turismo 1 and 2. Those games were like my after school. I'm playing this, and you remember some of them endurance races, bro. I was doing that kind of stuff. I had my like my steering wheel and whatnot. Absolutely, and I was big into sports too. So Game Day, Game Breaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
what about Power Stones, man, for the Dreamcast? Come on.
Well, I'm talking about PlayStation 1 right now, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Oh
just
my
lists
God.
off a random game, Sir X-Man, trying to get some love.
You know how I am when I get a little
Sorry,
tired. Forgive me.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm a true fool. He said I returned Final Fantasy VII for game day and didn't look back. What, man? What is this? Bro, I'm blocking you. First block on GRG ever. Comment blocked.
Hey, you got to get you a copy of Assault Rigs for the PlayStation 1.
I mean, he said it as he said it as his name when he walked in.
You got to get you a copy.
His name is what it is.
No, yeah, no.
Sorry, I'm truthful. He's being honest.
No,
and I was being honest too. I feel you, bro.
No, his name should be sorry.
Was garbage to me.
I believe in slander. That's all that name should be. There's nothing truthful about that. Like Final Fantasy VII is God tier. I don't understand.
That's how I feel about Final Fantasy X.
Final Fantasy X is probably to me the best Final Fantasy.
Thank you. We agree on something. Yes.
And I hate that I agree with you, but you
Shut
said but it's factual. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So
no.
Yeah.
That was actually it. I was
all
more or less jumping to another subject.
Let's get to
I already
Stadia.
told you everything I've been playing.
Let's get to Stadia.
Okay, hold on. That's not even the first topic. Did you?
Again, this is why you get.
I'm just ready to get to something. I saw your list, bro. I saw your list.
Yeah.
And it wasn't short.
Deserve this.
The list was short. This was a short list. What are you talking about?
Like it was short when I read down that damn list.
I just had more words than maybe you wanted to read, asshole. But the fact of it is that it was short. We got 4 topics. That's it.
Simplify, K-Maker. Simplify.
Oh my God. Oh, I am. Listen.
Sir X-Man, sit down and relax.
Thank you. All right, here we go. All right, so let's talk about Halo Infinite.
Sitting down.
Yeah, I'm saying let's talk about Halo Infinite right now. There's some leaks or rumors that's been festering out since the other day, and it was pretty interesting because, of course, once I seen them, I was like, "Wait a minute, hold on, what is this? This is pretty okay. This is juicy." Then Jez Gordon came out immediately and was saying like, "No, that's false," right? And I was like, "Okay." So I reposted what Jez says because Jez is usually really good on the know. You know what I'm saying? He's even keel on a lot of things. Really like what he does in the gaming space. Then what I did anyway, though, I went to some people that I know, and so I was asking basically, and pretty much they were like, "Nah, maybe Jez need to go and re-listen. Go talk to some of his sources or get some more information because this stuff is hot off the press fast." And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, Bobby the whole Bobby Kotick thing. They was like, no, that's bullshit. But pretty much everything else, yeah, no, look out for that. So then, I talked to those people. And then I talked to Don, and then some other stuff. And Don was basically, kind of saying the same thing. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, all right, okay. But I'm like, but Jez would, he's really deep into the know, even though the people that I talk to, they are in the know. They know people from 343 themselves. Like, it's crazy. So then Jez dropped a little thing that I didn't get to see. I seen somebody else post it where Jez says, I'm just kind of ad-libbing what he said, but pretty much he was standing corrected because he was basically saying like, oh, I guess some of this stuff is true. So if you have not heard what some of the stuff is, of course, Battle Royale is switching engines, and I believe that, let me be country because I always get the company's names wrong because there's 2. There's there's Assembly and Affinity. Which one is it? That's working on the Battle Royale.
Affinity?
Yeah, Certain Affinity. Okay, so there's the other ones that's supposed to be working on the Battle Royale game, right? So they are having so many problems with the Slip Space engine that they're deciding to go ahead and just, hey, let's go to Unreal Engine 5. Let's just go ahead and do it. Also, and then come to find out that the Battle Royale is going to be delayed until God knows how long. I think it was 2023, 2024, something like that. Like, it's just delayed. So for something to be delayed that long, obviously they're kind of like starting over from scratch. Another tidbit that was pretty interesting to me, which I was actually happy about, was about the Bonnie Ross situation, which was saying that she was not fired. Matter of fact, she just stepped away because of the situation with her family. And I was pretty happy about that, even though there was a lot of assholes out there that, and you know who you are, that was kicking her while she was down. And I did not like that whatsoever. I never do that, even if like I hear somebody else, even if I don't even really particularly like their stance or not a fan of them, I'm not going to kick anybody while they're down. Like the whole Frost chick and stuff like that. I just don't like to see people losing their jobs over crazy situations. But anyway, so the situation with Bonnie Ross is that she just stepped away. She most likely will go to when she comes back, she will probably come back to be in charge or be a part of something else. I'll give you my theory on that if somebody else on the panel doesn't give their theory on it here a little bit later. The whole Bobby Kotick thing is supposed to remain on the board. That nobody is saying that that's real. That's an absolute falsity. But who knows? We'll find that out. But the next thing, and I heard this last beginning of this year. I was going to say last year. The beginning of this year, when they first started having the problems with Infinite, was that when Staten came in, he was already getting ready to clean house, or people already left. And the situation that happened, what was going on was that they were deciding to kind of cut bait with certain things and move on. So the next campaign is most likely will not be with the Slip Space engine. And of course, the Slip Space engine, the lead director, he jolted. He was out of there. He threw the deuces and said, "I'm gone, Jack." So this is coming to make everything seem like that they're going to go with Unreal Engine 5, which gets me excited. Other things that I've heard too, the last part of this is that like they're going to kind of enhance the look. They're going to make them look different than what we see in Halo Infinite, which I'm very happy about because it doesn't look bad, but that old aesthetic, it's time to move on. And if they're really going to do that, then for me, I'm like I said, I'm throwing my hands up on how the story is. I'm not going to give my thoughts of whatever and all this other stuff. I'm not even going to. I just want 343 to make the best game that they can make, and I'm not going to heckle them or hassle them about it. I just want them to do it the way that they want to do it, and if that's just more Chief and Cortana and not expanding the story, then by all means do what you got to do. If it's expanding and broadening the universe, do what you got to do. But other than that, let me go ahead and I know I said a mouthful here, but let me go ahead and go to Ham on this one first. Get his thoughts on all this stuff that I brought up. Do you think that any of this stuff to you, is it concerning, or is it something that may seem like it's exciting to you, especially knowing that they're going to go away from the Slip Space engine to Unreal, or the stuff with Bonnie Ross? Let me know. Give me everything of what you've heard, what you thought.
First of all, I just want to tell Logue to just shut up. Because he was on me earlier about like there ain't no way they're gonna leave that engine and stuff like that. I mean, all this stuff, all they spend so much money on. And I'm just, all right, fine. He was all like, they ain't leaving this engine. That is not possible. Yeah. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Come on, we got to be done by 10 o'clock.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, I think that this is possible, and it really sucks because they spent a lot of damn money on that Slip Space engine. But that's not my pockets, so I don't care. To be honest, I just want them to do what they need to do and get it done right. I forgot what you were saying the other day, actually, K-Meg. We were actually talking about this like yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I think this would be really interesting. It'd be really refreshing, possibly, to get it on something new. And plus, the guy that had that was like head of the Slip Space engine. This is what we were talking about. The guy that was head of Slip Space engine isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
So like all the issues and stuff that they're having with putting out content now is because they don't have the person that made it there anymore. So like why sit there and screw around with something that is just going to cause you trouble for years instead of just, maybe seeing if there's an easier way to do it somewhere else? Now, I did have an interview with this dude named Agent Deli, and he said, it ain't simple to just move an engine. It ain't like, drag and drop or anything. You got to figure out a lot of stuff. So although I would like to see this, it makes me nervous about like a time. Like, oh Lord, well, if they're planning on doing this, how long is this gonna take? You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested. I'm here to I'm here to watch. I'm here to play. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all I got to say about it right now.
Okay, all right. Bonnie was not fired. I don't know where you got that from. Star Traffic. He said because what he said is that Bonnie Ross was leaving, but she left early. She was fired. ABK Broad would be dissolved like ZeniMax board. Oh, he said not Broad. He said board will be dissolved just like ZeniMax board will dissolve. Corey will not be in Microsoft executive board. Oh, he's talking about Kotek. Okay, yeah, no, Bonnie did not get fired. I mean, I've heard this from too many other people that I trust, and when I say things from these people that I know, they have not been wrong. That's why I feel confident about it. I'm not going to sit there and say that I know personally because I know I never met Bonnie, but these people that tell me these things, I have full trust into on the information that they give me, and they haven't been wrong yet. And some of this information that I get well before time, sometimes a couple of years, it's kind of crazy. And then, I might look at it cross-eyed, I might kind of raise my eyebrow when they saying it like, oh, what the hell are they talking about? And then, I always get reminded, hey, so I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. But yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. But like I said, I'm going to let other people make their theories on something. And then after that, I'll give mine about the Bonnie situation. But I mean, look, if you got any other information of why you think that Bonnie was fired, then please let me know. We will definitely use that information. But other than that, like I said, I'm just gonna go from the people that told me that. But Ham, if you got anything else, please continue, please.
No. I feel like I summed that up.
Okay.
As good as I want to. So move on.
Yeah. Okay. So you said that you're a little bit nervous about the time frame, right?
Yeah. Because like I said, I talked to Agent Deli, and he he is a developer. Right. He does developing for like level design and stuff like that, and he was talking about how you use these engines and how people were saying if you have a problem with like if a game's having a problem, you a lot like in people's chats and whatnot, a lot of people will say well, they should have just used this engine, and it's like, well, sometimes an engine is made for a game, so you can't exactly just switch it on over like willy-nilly, like super easy. It may take years to produce all the stuff that you actually maybe built in for the engine. So yeah, I'm just a little nervous with time.
Yeah, no, time definitely seems like, it would have, at this point, I don't even think that delaying Halo Infinite would even help, especially now knowing that, or hearing these leaks or rumors that they're going to go to another engine. It was going to be one of these things that was going to be time consuming, and there was going to be people upset at some point. So from what it sounds like, but let me go to Sir X-Man on this one. What do you think, man? Do any of this stuff sound kind of crazy to you? Do you believe what Star Traffic is over here saying? Like, you believe that Bonnie was fired and not and she still is employed with Microsoft? All about this other stuff, Bobby Kotick, everything else. What's your thoughts, brother?
No, I always thought that she's been with the company a long time. She's a smart ass woman. She wasn't going nowhere. She might have really needed time. There are people out there that actually have family issues out there, and things they need to resolve, and they need to step away. It's part of life, And good thing she's with a company that understands that. Most companies they don't understand that. but she's been there long enough. She's a seasoned veteran, and she asked for time to resolve some issues that she has outside of the business that she does. More power to her. She's not going anywhere. She never was going anywhere. She's still on salary pretty much, and that's about it. Now on the Halo thing, going to Unreal Engine 5. When Unreal Engine 5 came out, they said it was the most polished and easiest engine for a developer to work on. So with them switching over to Unreal Engine 5 instead of dealing with that flip screen crap.
Flip space,
yeah, that's crap, yeah.
Damn, disrespectful.
They might be, that engine had made its own disrespect by not being able to do the things that you couldn't do in previous Halos. But I think they'll get it done faster than a lot of people think, because pretty much they know what they were gonna do. So it shouldn't take them that long they can't reprogram it. They'll have to start from scratch, but they have the concept of what they want to do. And since that engine, and Don's here, he can help me out on this. Hey, Don. And since that engine, Unreal Engine 5, it's not a hard engine to build what you want to do. They should do it quicker than a lot of people think. They have, like I said, they have the concept of what they were going to do for the Battle Royale. All they have to do is just redo it. They got to reprogram stuff and do all that. But the hardest part about developing a game, hopefully I'm right, is the concept that you want for the game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't mind passing this part over to Don on my point, because I'm kind of like the same point going towards the developer's opinion, that just in case I'm wrong about something. If you don't mind, K Mega.
I mean, you just skip over Loke, but sure, go ahead.
I like Loke, but the developer is here, dude.
No, I'm not here.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and disrespect Loke. It's okay. It's okay.
Disrespecting Loke since you came in here, dude. What are you talking about?
Questions for X-Men, but let go, man. I'm not taking cuts.
Man.
I was just interested on what Don had to say. I'm sorry, Loke. I didn't mean anything.
He's last. He came in here last. I mean, he can wait. I mean,
Don's starting to become a regular. Don't do him like they do me on the other show.
Don't say that shit. And then on top of that, like that's what Devin the Gamer's about, because that's kind of like the side. Yeah, the side thing for GRG is the Devin the Gamer, because of
the side piece of podcast is
the side piece. It's the side piece. It's in the DMs of the podcast. It's in the DMs of podcast. Let's go. Anyway,
you know how side pieces are. They get abused.
Oh, they're the most fun too. Anyway, let's
about high mileage.
I know. Do not feed the Mogwai after midnight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm already using it.
I know. Break it down, buddy.
Yes, sir, Loke. What do you think about this whole situation?
I'm also curious to hear about Don's take.
Damn.
What's going on here?
Well,
Loke disrespected himself.
He did. Like, what is this?
No.
You know what I'm saying? This is Loke's time. This is PlayStation gaming in the background. He's on his PlayStation 5. This is exactly his time to sit there and spit bars. But okay, all right, whatever. Let Don Don go ahead.
I respect that. He's not kicking a game when it's down, man. I get where he's coming from. So
okay,
Mega.
Yes, sir. All right, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself. I want to hear.
Where do you want me to run with this ball here?
Well, Ham, hold on. I do got to say this, but Ham, did you just hear this man say he's going to mute himself? But every time that you speak, he wants to interrupt you. How rude!
You
is
got
that?
a lot of nerve. No. You interrupt Hams more than anybody.
No, Sir X-Men, stop it.
Oh my God! Wow!
You interrupt me more than anybody on it.
You know what's funny? And this is true. You interrupt yourself more than anybody, because you got to go at it with Loke in your intro.
We're still waiting for the Don's take, yeah.
I know,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you.
I know.
Hey, Sir
know,
X-Man.
right?
Sir X-Man. We remember we're on a time limit. So anyway, so Don, what do you think about this whole situation with the leaks about there's somebody in the chat that is pretty much saying that Bonnie was fired. There was also, bringing
That's
up the
some
stuff
speculation.
that's from speculation, absolutely.
Yeah.
The whole situation with the engine, and because we talked about that the person that was the lead, he left the slip space engine. So of course they're hearing about the rumors about the Unreal 5. What is your thought process on this whole situation? And of course the whole I'm not even going to mention Bobby Kotick because everybody that's even you as well, they sit there and told me like that's garbage. That's not even true.
Yeah,
But
Unreal
I
5
can't
for the Battle
imagine.
Royale, Don.
yeah, but
I
everything
can't
else-
imagine.
Mute yourself. Mute yourself.
Mute yourself. Damn, Mogwai, Gremlin, Stripe. That's what I'm calling your
Yeah,
ass.
man.
Yeah.
Milk Dud.
To put water on them. All
Yeah,
right,
please,
man.
Oh no, let's not do that. Good. Anyway.
There'll be more than one.
Right.
So I mean, to answer your question, there's a couple different things that are going on there, right? You know, if you talk about the Bonnie Ross sort of thing, I don't think she left on as bad as terms as people think. Speculation, of course, in regards to just the way how everything kind of fell and the timing, it just doesn't seem to add up. To me, it seems like that all that negative news was news they had to deliver, but it was planned almost, if that makes any sense, like all too conveniently in releasing that. And so I think she was planning on leaving because of family situations, and they used that opportunity that she knew she would fall on that sword. That's kind of in character what I've seen from her in the past, and that's when they decided to deliver the bad news, and then she departed, and then she gets to take all the bad kind of news with her. People are more focused on her than the status of Halo. But when it comes to the engine stuff, that stuff's it's interesting. So a lot of times you sometimes will run proofs of concepts on game engines that you're more familiar with. So say if you're more familiar with the Unity engine over Unreal, right? So you want to get an effect or want to get some sort of logic kind of going. Sometimes you'll experiment in an engine that you're familiar with, and then basically redo it in the engine that your final product's going to be in. And there's a multitude of different reasons why developers do that. I don't think it's the most efficient way to do that, but that's kind of how some stuff is. And what's interesting with 343's partnership, the company has been working in Unreal this whole entire time. That's been confirmed. And so the question is the work that they're doing going to be ported over to the Slip Space engine or not? And now you have this speculation with the head guy over at that basically in charge of Slip Space saying he's out. He hasn't been replaced with a bunch of different people. There's nothing been mentioned or even engaged with from Microsoft. No statements, nothing along those lines from 343. So there's some validity to this rumor. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think they'll switch Halo Infinite to Unreal Engine 5. I think they'll finish Halo Infinite the way it is, and then whatever their next major project will be in another engine if they go that route. So
okay, so do you think that they will still make some kind of expansion or DLC for Infinite, or will that just all be scrapped and since Staten's come in and kind of changed to do things his way, and they'll just probably implement all the stuff that they're working on now to just go on to the new Halo experience?
Yeah, I think that might be the case. Then again, this is speculation. I don't know this part for a fact or not. They're obviously working on something. The question is it going to be in the existing Halo, or is it going to be in next iteration? I think the whole 10-year plan, the next iteration thing has been scrapped. What the solution is, I don't know going forward. But new engine would make it possible to say, hey, just start afresh. Let's just make Halo Infinite complete is the best way I can describe it, right? supply it with the modes basically equivalent to or close to what Halo 5 has, fix the netcode at a real basic level, and then stretch out whatever content we can deliver on that to hold us off until whatever our next iteration is.
Hey Don,
And I think that's the game plan, to be honest with you. So
the initial conversation that K Mega brought was that they were going to scrap the engine that they were going to use for the Battle Royale and use Unreal Engine 5 for their Battle Royale. Can they do that?
yeah, it'd be a whole new different game though.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's going to be a whole new different game mode. So I think technically you probably
I
could
don't
do that.
I don't know what we mean by do that. They can takes work, but they can import all the stuff they did as far as like character movement, pacing, everything we know
Really?
from Halo over into a different engine. Absolutely. There's certain things that certain engines do by default and stuff like that. You have to obviously add more logic, more code, but you can put any game almost in. Well, I have to be careful how I say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any mainstream big engine, you almost put any game into really any engine, and every engine's got its limitations. If you look at the earlier concept of Halo 4, or when they were going from 5 to Infinite, and they were talking about how they had prototypes in Halo 4. Unreal Engine 4. I'm getting the numbers mixed up. Unreal Engine 4, they were doing prototypes of kind of the concepts of what they're going to be doing in Infinite. A lot of people don't. If you don't work in engines, Unreal Engine 4 sucks at partitions, which is one of the things that makes it so you can build out open worlds, big open worlds, right?
Right.
And it divides it up in like little sections and how you're going to load all that stuff in simultaneously with the LODs and all other stuff, all the technical stuff. And Unreal Engine 4 would not have been a good candidate for Halo Infinite. But if you look at Unreal Engine 5 and how it handles partitions now, it would be a great candidate for what they designed in Infinite. So it would make sense if you just look at the timing. I mean, Unreal Engine 5 wasn't even close to being done or even being talked about openly within the development community when they started on Infinite. So I understand why they did their own engine, but now going forward, is it the best solution? I don't think it is. But they have to figure that out for themselves. So.
What's going on, 108? JT Gamer, I gave you I did answer you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I think that Trials of Cold Steel is, well, it's a more popular, more known than the other JRPG, but I like that other RPG a little bit better. I let me be country because I am not going to try to say it as I said I was, and I'm going to try it, but I'm not. But I think that for Xbox, I think Trials of Cold Steel is it's much more popular. So I would think that Xbox would, if they could add them, that would be great, in my opinion. Okay, but all right. So Loke, what is your, since you've heard what Don had to say, what is your thoughts, brother?
Okay, I guess I'm gonna dox myself a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I do work for an American company, and I can say without a doubt that the whole Bonnie Ross thing is very believable, because American companies, from my personal experience, are very good with the human aspect of work. So it wouldn't be far from the realms of believability to say that this was a coordinated situation with Microsoft, and she might come back and everything's fine. As far as the changing of engine goes, there's two points I'd like to make. One, if this is real and they're actually pivoting to Unreal Engine 5, a lot of people should be terrified, because Xbox or Microsoft or 343, at least from my point of view, have always been categorized as like gigantic organizations that, they're kind of slow to react. And if this is for real, it means that now not only do they have the resources to invest, but they now have the sort of leadership that is like, yo, we're not being efficient with 1, 2, and 3, and they quickly pivot to
That is
try
an interesting point.
and cover up on that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all that power, but also flexible and always adapting within a time frame that would be reasonable for customers? That is a terrifying thought for anyone competing with these people. On the flip side, the problem with Halo is not appearance. The problem with Halo is content. So I'm impressed if they're actually pivoting quickly. I'm not impressed that they're pivoting in the wrong direction. All right. I mean, we still have like no Forge. It for me, content wise, if you get modes like Duck Hunt and Slide, all these modes, and never mind, you don't even forget the modes, weapons, bruv. There's a whole bunch of weapons from previous games that aren't in Halo Infinite. Fuel Rod, the brute shot, etc. For me, Halo Infinite is too
laser
shallow. Is too shallow in terms of content.
You're
If they
absolutely right.
maintain the same engine, but give us all the content from previous games, they don't even have to bring us anything new. Just give us the baseline of previous games, and it'll be a success. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with this.
Well,
Yeah,
and
no-
I think that's their
okay.
end goal, though.
Mhm.
To be honest with you, I think the whole engine thing is like it's almost like we're conflating two conversations, right? Like, I think ultimately what they're trying to do is, I don't expect ray tracing in the Slipspace engine, even though they talked about it in the past. I don't expect them to add those features to it. I just expect them to finish out the game. Does that make sense? So things like the fuel rod, or my favorite, the saw, or
Yes,
certain
My
things like
Prometheus weapons.
yeah. So I mean, I think that stuff is coming. I think that's part of the roadmap. And matter of fact, we probably, if they didn't stretch it out so long, we may even seen that stuff sooner. But it is what it is. Like they have a mess to clean up, right? But I think the Unreal Engine 5, concepts are for, or what's down the road, what's the future, how do we solve the problem of iterations, right? How do we get more content on a regular day basis? How do we manage, bringing contractors in so they can hit the ground running? It's more of those sort of things. I think where the new engine will solve, but it's not going to take care of the here and now. I don't think they're rebuilding Infinite in Unreal Engine 5. If so, that would be surprising.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also like Star, I totally agree with you. Me, Don, Xbox 448, quite a few others of us feel the same way you do. But like I said earlier, I'm not asking for it anymore. I think for a story that is so, for Halo to be, I feel great. And I've said this a million times on this podcast and other podcasts. It has to have growth. It just has to. So I agree with you 100%. What he says, I want a megaverse, a Halo game with riveting stories, campaign in different locations, and also different atmospheric atmospheres, I guess he was trying to say, and a player that can switch from one location to the next. That's where you want them to go. That's where they should go. Is that what they will do? I don't know. He brought up the fact of Staten did bring up the thing of ODST, which ODST is my least favorite Halo game, but it's a different story. And I know Don didn't like me making up this point a while back when we talk about Halo, because sometimes when we break down Halo or whatever, we kind of break down our thoughts on how we would like to see Halo. Like, I'm like, once you're done with the Chief saga, how about you just do a character like ODST, or have it to where people can create their own Spartan and become the new hero. While you have everybody else in the universe still be known and have their own stories and, like you said, different atmospheres and locations and show how the importance of that. Kind of like one thing about Mass Effect that knocked it out the park is that Shepard, the name was the same, but Shepard never looked the same. With the Fallout games, those characters never looked the same, except, but. And so, like, I think if you make that move with Halo, instead of just bringing in a protagonist, a protagonist from the Halo story and make them the new face of Halo, how about just have the audience make their own face, and that way they can't. I don't think that they could bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that would alleviate a lot of the stuff. Another point too. I think with the Bonnie Ross situation is that. She'll come back, and I feel, this is just me, this is my opinion, this is not nothing I know or anything like that, but I feel that the biggest kind of FU moment to Activision or to Bobby Kotick is to have Bonnie Ross the head of Activision. And then, of course, like, I know that makes some people nervous because they feel about, well, she couldn't handle 343, but check this out. You stat Rod Ferguson back, you got Mikey Barra back, you have all these other people that's a part of Activision. So it's not like she has all these things done. She's doing them alone. Like, she's got all these other people that could help her. And on top of that, maybe she's just the face because of the fact that so many women were put in a bad position. And I think that would be a good look going forward for Activision to have a woman lead, and then. Take some of the people that makes Call of Duty and put their asses into 343, and then go from there, and then start and then kind of do that. Pick up the studio that's working on the battle royal, and have them a part of 343 and reconstruct 343 like we've never seen before. If you got Activision behind 343, that's going to be a game changer, because if there's one thing that people cannot deny about Activision, they know how to put out content. They know how to work the games, the system to where people feel satisfied with it. And that stuff will be on time because they work on a game yearly. So that shit would be like a well-oiled machine at 343 if you have that in charge. Now, that's my thoughts about that. Anybody want to give me some pushback on the panel? And on the chat. Anybody?
No, I think that's pretty solid. I mean, okay. I ain't got shit to say.
Okay, all right. Well, on anything I said.
Well, I think on the consistency side of things of releasing content, you have to have a tool set that everyone is on the same page. So you can't just transport. I mean, that's the bottom line, the issue with 343. You can't just take people from here and transplant to here like a rubber stamp and expect it to work. That's the problem they have. They're shoving a square peg in a round hole, if that makes any sense. So
yeah,
getting on a engine, either something in-house that's easy for people to use, and honestly, unless they're going to get something like Nanite or basically the I'm sorry, I keep drawing a blank on the other feature, Unreal Engine 5, that's really important. The new lighting feature, Lumen. Mm-hmm. Unless they can come up with their own versions of that, the question is, why do you even bother going forward with the engine? If that makes any sense, because they're going to be visually left behind. Then you got an issue with where Nanite allows you to iterate so quickly, from an artist importing assets, right? So you can get stuff up and running so quick and at higher quality. So then you have an issue of, okay, if you can't duplicate that within your engine in an easy form factor, then you run into an issue where all the games out there in around you on all consoles, on PCs and stuff like that, will start outpacing you on everything, both on content and visual quality. So if they can't get those features working in Halo Infinite. They're sorry, in the Slipspace engine, it's not worth going forward with the engine.
No, excuse me. I agree with that. No, I think what is going to happen with Halo Infinite is going to happen what happened with Halo 5. It's going to be its own
universal
entity.
tool is what I'm saying. You can't just pull people from Activision and say, hey, now help them out. Okay, what are they doing? Are they going to fix the engine issues so they can have features like that, and then also make it more universally easier for people that come from other places to be able to work in it, or are they going to adopt something else, right? And if they don't address that first, you really can't pull from one place to help the other, right? They have to get that decision made and commit to it and get it done correctly. And so that's kind of where they're stuck. I mean,
don't you think, Don, that possibly moving from, the Slipspace to Unreal Engine and then having everybody on the same page for the next thing, because the more I think about what the more I think about what you said about just finishing Infinite makes sense. The part that won't make sense is the 10-year thing, and I think I'm with you with that. I think they're going to scrap that. Yeah, that's dead. That's just completely done, and they're going to probably.
I think that 10-year plan involved the engine initially.
Right. And Chris Lee's vision. I think that was, I think that was.
But if they can't iterate in a quick fashion on every single team pulling together, right? Let's say that our team is on top of it, right? You create the models, you create the LODs, the level of texture detail, you're able to get that stuff into an engine. And from that perspective, I don't think it's really that hard to get stuff into the Slipspace engine. But let's say programmers are programming AI. It's a pain in the ass. It's not very efficient, right? So then one team is holding up the other team. You want to be able, all those teams to be able to work in parallel with one another, essentially as much as possible, and be able to do well. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, as I said, like the whole restructuring and borrowing people from different studios to help out. I mean, I'm sure that's going to happen. And I'm sure it's going to be volunteer too, because I think there's people at Activision that are excited about the move.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
Question on for the Battle Royale part. I don't want Battle Royale in Halo, but they said they were going to switch over to Unreal Engine 5 for the Battle Royale. That's why they said they're going to redo it. If they switch over to
the speculation it's Battle Royale. No one really knows if it's Battle Royale.
That's true. But if they switch over to Unreal Engine 5, isn't that a next-gen engine?
What do you mean by that?
Is it
next-gen only?
Next-gen only.
Next-gen only engine.
Yes, Halo would Halo be, if they're going to Unreal Engine 5, would that only be a this gen?
It's very scalable.
Xbox. Okay.
So you can scale to last-gen hardware. I don't think it would run very well. Right.
That's why we couldn't play the Matrix on old gen consoles.
Well, there's also a deficit on feature sets. Like I don't think Lumen would run correctly on. And this is speculation on my part because I never really tried it, and I don't see any performance profiles that would match like an original Xbox One in the engine myself. But in theory, you could. You would just have to change the lighting sources, right? You would have to, you can't use nanite. You have to use, so some of the features you couldn't use. You can use the engine. Probably couldn't use some of the features because it would be too hard for that particular piece of hardware to run it.
So they couldn't match. So you couldn't do cross-gen.
You can scale it.
Oh, okay.
You just have to plan out. That's the thing, right? So you can go, you would have two assets. Instead of having a nanite asset, you would have an asset that has, say, 3 levels of detail LODs, right?
Well,
so you would basically, when you would install, instead of installing all the nanite sort of assets, they would install the game with all the alternative assets. Essentially,
it's like a lower end PC versus a higher end PC. It compensates and adjusts.
Yeah, but there's a little bit more work involved, is what I'm saying. But you can do it.
Okay, so let me ask this last question and we got to move on. But would it be just better for them to use the cloud instead of trying to, or would they still have to dumb the game down in order for it to be used on older consoles?
Oh, I mean, they could use the cloud. That'd be easier.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, they wouldn't have to scale because they don't have to do any additional work there.
Right.
Develop with the one piece of hardware because it's just it's just Series Access essentially, the server rack, right?
Yeah, that was my next idea. Thanks, can't make a good one, dude.
Yeah, no additional coding, no additional programming, and that stuff, sort of thing. But then again, every studio has to look at what makes the most sense and how to scale the game correctly for what they're trying to do and the experience they're trying to deliver. In regards to that, and that's just part of the game. As far as all that stuff is concerned.
Well, now I'm sure that they're going to expand it, but it was supposed to be next year. It's supposed to be the last year for games to be, cross gen or whatever. So if Halo is if there's going to be a new Halo, then just use the cloud and do that. Because I mean, I don't know, it just would seem like it would be a lot easier for them to just do that. And I understand that no gamer should get left behind, but if any gamer would complain, and which I don't think they would, if the game plays well, looks well through the cloud, then I don't think that there would be an issue with it personally.
The person, this is not the knock on anyone's finances or anything like that, but the person that, let's say 2 or 3 years from now, that's still playing like on a PS4 and Xbox One, that kind of generation of gamer, they're not as invested as somebody that's buying the new hardware, right? Like they're just not. So some of the downsides to doing cloud streaming, I don't think they would really care all that much. Does that make sense?
This is not an interview for you to join Electronic Arts. Don't be so heartless.
Damn.
What's that? I missed it. What was that?
He said, "This is not an interview for you to join Electronic Arts."
That's Don. That's Don.
They're very aware of me. Not worried about it.
He's very political when it comes to talking about this stuff. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I like to try to put him on a hot seat like hell. And sometimes he'll come out and he'll get a little hot under the collar, but for the most part he keeps even keel. But I'm going to get him. There's going to be something that's going to catch his ass, or he'll just wait to tell me later on after when it's.
Yeah, I just think people are kind of worried about last gen a little too much. To be honest with you,
I agree.
Because here's the thing, it's going to happen from a natural perspective, like where they're going to look at the engagement numbers on last gen hardware. They're going to look at the gaming numbers on last gen hardware, and they're going to realize when is it worth it for them to scale it back that far. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not that you can't make a game, on the old gen hardware. The question is it worth your time? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that worth your investment, your man hours to say put a whole separate team to scale it back? And when the numbers don't start making sense is when they'll stop doing it.
That's the problem 343 ran into.
But new hard, I mean, that's the thing is though, the old hardware is not holding back new hardware. That's not a thing. That's a fairy tale, to be perfectly honest with you. So
just a
chat
boy narrative. All right, I'm going to read it and then we're going to move on. 108 Dragons, what's going on? He said, peeps on Xbox One play Flight Simulator on cloud now. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's why the whole cloud thing. That's why I brought it up. But anyway, all right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about Stadia.
Yeah,
man. So I'm gonna have to. Okay, I will have to take the L. It is very rare.
That's why 108 Dragons is here.
That's why he's here. That is why he's here. He wants to hear. He can wolf tickets all he wants to. He popped up in the party last night and he was, "Oh, what up? Hey, you know about that Stadia?" I'm like, I know what you talk about, clown. I know what you want to hear. You want to hear me eat crow. That's exactly what is going on. So
I don't think I'll rant because he'll end up coming in here and we'll end up being 3 hours.
He said, no, we won't be here for 3 hours. That he can rant and then he'll get cut off or muted because, like I said, we're going to get out of here on time. But the point is but overall, this is the situation for me. I'm all about innovation. Like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? It is. What's going on, Still Rain? You know what I'm saying? Go check out my boy Still Rain and Pong Soul on their podcast. You know what I'm saying? Live a Split Screen every Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? It comes on around 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
I know that. I try to stop in every week, but
sometimes I'm sleep. I'm usually sleep, and then when I catch it, like I catch them, and then it's grown women gaming, and then after that it's our boy Everborn and Asante, and then you know what I'm saying. And after that, then 108 does his stuff, and Luca, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's just too much to keep up. So at that, you know what I'm saying, I'm gaming, chilling at that point, but.
Lemon said it wouldn't be the first time you ate crow, man.
I got a recipe for you, man. Don't worry about it.
You know what?
Living Single. I remember that show.
Very, very, very. Yeah, because I used to sing living split screen. You know what I'm saying? Because like Living Single. Yeah, because yeah. Shout out to Still Rain, man. I love you, brother, man. I'm glad that y'all doing really good, man. Y'all's growing. Y'all doing great stuff, man. So keep up the good work, guys. Really good. Got a really good thing going. And Don, these are the guys that I was talking about when they said that they listened to Devin the Gamer, and so they
I caught their podcast. I'm like, I forget. It just came in my feed. You know how it is, like
right?
Friends of friends sort of thing. But I checked out their podcast every once in a while. I can't keep up. There's too many. There's so many.
It's too many, man. Like Friday night used to be a couple. Like it's like 8, 9 at the same damn time now. It's crazy how many people are like just overcrowding each other, but you know what I'm saying, it's really fun. But anyway, back to Stadia. I have to eat the crow because as a person like me, hey, if I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong. And I was capping. If you are somebody that's been listening to GRG for a very long time, you would have known when Stadia was first introduced, I'm all about it because I would talk about other stuff. What I got clowned about was the rent a PC, which that is still going. A matter of fact, I was all about the cloud. I'm still about the cloud. But Stadia was, to me, it was like, okay, Google, they in this. They in this. They're here. And of course, 108, the ladies, Infamous and Delilah HD, Bloody Knuckles, you know what I'm saying? And I believe 100 with, the old crew. They were in my ass. They were telling me how wrong it was. You can't trust Google. Google is going to bow out. And so again, like I said, I got to eat the crow. I was wrong because I said, no, Stadia is going to be here for the long haul. They're putting too much money into this. They know that Xbox has got the xCloud. They know that PlayStation is going to eventually do something. They know that Amazon is going to be doing something on their end. And then, of course, they got Luna. And I just think that this was the perfect storm to where this is why Microsoft is taking things so seriously, because the big boys are in the gaming space to play. And so, lo and behold, it's gone. It's going to leave here in the early part of 2023.
January 18th.
January 18th, 2023. It's a sad situation for people who are Stadia fans or were owners. But the good thing is that you will be reimbursed for anything that you paid for game wise. You know what I'm saying, for the device that you bought. You could just put that on in a case or something to hope that you make maybe $25 in like 50 years. But other than that, like, I mean, it is it's sad to see things get taken out, but it just looks like that the competition with xCloud, bad management just went ahead and you know what? Why Xbox 448 keeps sending me requests to play NBA 2K when he knows that I'm in here doing a podcast? I ain't playing the game right now. I'm being a host. It's different when I'm not hosting, sucker. Anyway, but that's what's going on with that. So I'm gonna go to let's go to Sir X-Man first. What is your whole thought process about this situation with Stadia? Was you ever a believer in it like I was?
No.
Okay. And do you feel like there's anything out there that could rival Stadia? I mean, not Stadia, but xCloud at this point in time? Because right now it just looks like xCloud is just right in a perfect spot. What do you think?
Nope. I told you what I was doing today. I was at the auto dealer while they were working on my car, and I was using the Xbox streaming for the console on my internet. No Wi-Fi on my 5G. Didn't have a problem. You could play it on any device you have. Even Apple had to bow down. Sorry. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm reading
it
the
is
super
what,
chat. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
yeah.
brother.
So no. Go and read his thing real quick, bro.
All right, 108 Dragons TV. He said, "Stadia family, we have a room on XCloud. Join us." That's disrespectful, but those people do need work.
My boy.
That is very disrespectful, but they do need some work. And you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure Microsoft would be glad to have their expertise.
I'm not having any problems with xCloud, man. The only problem I have with it is that you can't widen up the screen. But other than that, it runs smooth. Pretty much, being honest, I don't see any lag using my Razer Kishi. I don't know what they're doing over there, but they are really, really working on it. And it's other than certain things, it's as good as the Stadia was when I play it. For me, you know, 720 on a phone screen is fine as long as there's no lag. I can see the graphics, you know, and graphics still look amazing just like it do on my console. You know, you're playing on a smaller screen, so the pixels are more condensed. So to me, I don't notice. You know what I'm saying? I don't notice the difference. The response, it loads quick, and it just works. And when I just use the regular xCloud instead of the preview stream, it just works. It actually works quicker than console stream because remember, you got to connect to your console while you're away. But and Stadia was up against that. They didn't really throw too much innovation in there. You know, it was a good idea, but you didn't offer much more. More people own the same games that you're trying to sell them, and you want them to pay for it again. You should have did a Game Pass type of thing where, okay, you pay a little bit more per month, but you get to play all the games that we play on consoles. You would have bid it, but the money you would have been getting, you could have gave to those developers for to be able to play those games on the console. You know, you got just about as much money as Microsoft. You could have bit the bullet for a while until you saw the profit. But that's the thing about Google that I always understand. They don't have that kind of patience to bite the bullet until you see, you know, the profit down the line. Microsoft's building for the future, not this future here for our generation, but if they keep building like they're building, there's going to be a future that's going to be used to cloud gaming. And that's where Microsoft is looking. They have always looked ahead. But Stadia, they tried to just jump it right in. Like, I found out something I didn't know the other day. Thanks, Hans, for having me on your show. That you could play on Android and Apple with Stadia. I did not know that. And Hams didn't know either, but he went to his phone, right? And he found you could. But they never announced. They had 3 months after they launched it, because I thought it was just on the Pixel phone. So, and they did not announce that you could play on other devices. And that's where they messed up. They did all this beautiful advertising in the beginning for Stadia, but they didn't let people know the progress of Stadia after the 3 months. You know, that you can play on other devices now. You just don't have to get a Pixel device. You just don't have to keep it on your TV. You know, and I think that was one of their errors. They didn't keep people apprised of the situation of their device. And that's about it for me, guys. I mean, on that one, I told you I didn't vent. I didn't use any profanity this time. And next in line for this one.
Okay. All right. We'll get the gremlin here pretty soon. You know what I'm saying, going forward, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, all right, let's go and move to Loke. What do you think, brother? Like, Was you a believer in Stadia at any point? Like I was, but like I said, 108 and Bloody and
Oh my
Delilah and
god.
Infamous and
Trolling me right now.
damn
You're trolling
near
me.
the whole
Epic
old
loss.
the damn near all of the old GRG crew, Livewire, all of them. They were like in my. They were kicking me in my tailbone, man. I was like, nah, man, I'm telling y'all. So, like I said, I gotta eat that crow, man. They said this was years ago. So of course, what about you? I know that you like innovation, Loke. So I know that you was a believer as well. Come on now. I know you was right there with me, right?
Trolling me. You
Huh?
must be trolling me.
Oh my God. Come on now. Come on. I
I
can't be
live
alone in this. I can't.
I live in Mozambique, dude.
Oh.
This thing was dead before, it's as dead as the Logitech handheld.
Oh.
Anything that is streaming 24/7 only is dead right now. Stadia, they jumped the gun.
Oh.
They jumped the gun. I mean, they saw the future.
Mhm.
Streaming is definitely the future, but you're not going to make that your main platform. Are you crazy? No, no. I'm not surprised this happened. Um, what was the other part of the question?
I just was basically like, I mean, I should ask why did this happen? Because I did bring up the fact of bad management, but like, what should they
Okay,
have done to keep moving forward? If they felt like, since they jumped into the game, what were some of the things that they could have done to maybe at least hold on to Stadia for a little while longer?
okay. So they had to do what Microsoft are doing right now with Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Bite the bullet and move on. There's no real money to be made right now, and they made a mistake by making it their main business model and expecting immediate returns or even returns in 10 years. Sir X-Man had a very good point here about. So sorry, not Sir X-Man. I saw an article that said one of the execs at Stadia was accusing Microsoft's purchase of Bethesda as being one of the
Yes.
main reasons why they failed.
Yes.
Dude, if Stadia had bought Bethesda and Stadia would be sinking right now.
Wow, that's a great point.
No one is buying Stadia because of freaking Bethesda. No one's doing it. I'm sorry. If Stadia really wanted to like make a proper dent in the industry, Google should buy Sony. They should do it now.
Mm.
If Google buys Sony, we can have a conversation. But there's no single IP that will make everyone just change their gaming habits now, especially considering how bad internet is for most of the people on the planet. Lastly, the reason why another reason why why Stadia failed is why Microsoft are buying Call of Duty and why Sony is whining about Call of Duty.
Mm.
IP matters. Okay, the name is as much as we might hate to admit it, the name has more value than the product. You look at Call of Duty, there's 5 or 6 games that can do exactly what Call of Duty does. Some of them can do it even better, but they're not called Call of Duty. Same thing for FIFA. For years, Pro Evolution was better technically, but the name, there was nothing behind the name. So Stadia went in with no name and they failed. So now I think the only move now is to figure out if they want to buy Nintendo or they want to buy PlayStation before Amazon decides to do that.
Okay, so you do think that? Okay, that's very interesting because I mean, I have a thought about that whole situation as well, and I think you kind of hitting on a little bit of that, but I want to hear what everybody else got to say.
I have a phrase real quick, and I'm done. Stadia is this generation's Dreamcast. I'm done.
Stop it. Oh my God. Don't ever disrespect the Dreamcast like that ever again, sir.
Oh, I love the Dreamcast, but I'm just saying.
No, Stadia was nothing like what the Dreamcast situation was. I mean,
you can still play Dreamcast games.
You can still play Dreamcast. You can still buy a Dreamcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. I love my Dreamcast.
Yeah, so that's.
I'm just using it as an example.
Oh, you should have held that in the. You should have held that in the pocket.
Can I use a Blockbuster example then?
You know what I'm saying? See, listen. Didn't you say you want to leave here in a reasonable time? Okay, hold it. Hold it.
We got 30 more minutes. I'm cool.
Yeah, that guy's got an old man bladder. When you tell him to hold it,
you can tell it's gonna leak. You got a little leak. You know what I'm saying?
That's why there's a bathroom in my bedroom. I'm good.
Oh my God. Okay, so
just mute your mic, man, please.
Wow. Abacab, he says he's got a little trivia here. He says Kyle from Living Single. He says TC Carlson does mostly voiceover work now, and he was originally Kratos in the OG trilogy of God of War. If people did not know that, yes, that is very true. I don't know. I think I like both actors, but anyway. But that's but you know what I'm saying. I think I like Carlson better. I mean, I'm saying I like angry Kratos rather than this soft Kratos, but they're both still dope. Okay, so Ham. Oh, of course. Look, he was over here talking about he was with his girl, but now he had to pop his funky ass in here to gloat. But you gonna wait, sucker. You know what I'm saying? I see you in here 108. We'll hear you gloat here in a second. But Ham, what is your thoughts, brother? What do you think, man, about this whole Stadia situation? Like, was you with me, you know what I'm saying, a supporter of Stadia, thinking that Stadia was gonna be here for the long haul?
I'm gonna just stop you right there and say, okay. Hell no. I did not. I never supported Stadia. I didn't like it. When it came out, it didn't make any sense to me. It just is what it is, bro. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like the console or whatever you want to call it, the controller. I mean, it worked great, right? Mm-hmm. But my issue with it was like it had to always be online for anything. So like if your online cut out and you're in the middle of the game is over. So that was my personal take on it when I like was shopping around and looking at it. Mm-hmm. But as for like why they failed, in my opinion, I think they failed because they flat out like not only are they having a hard time keeping up with this like Game Pass and stuff. Like everyone wants to blame it on Microsoft when somebody else fails to do something properly. But I more or less think it's more like they don't have an ecosystem. And as Luke was saying earlier, and as I said in previous podcasts today, they are pretty much just they were a one-trick pony. They only knew how to do cloud gaming. That when you got cloud gaming as your main, and other companies have it as like a side dish, I don't think it's very good for you. Because you can look at Xbox right now. They got xCloud. They got, playing on console. They got remote play. They got the PC. All of that is an ecosystem within the same thing. You look at PlayStation. They got PlayStation Now, Premium. They're starting to port stuff to the PC. They're purchasing stuff to get into mobile. They're getting themselves ready to be well-rounded. Stadia, not well-rounded. They're not even well-rounded within Google.
Yep.
They are like and I said this on Bullsitting earlier, on our podcast earlier. They are like the bastard child, or better yet, like the you know, the child that, you know, the family pretty much gave up on. When you look at like Microsoft
Black sheep of the family.
Yeah, exactly. So you look at Microsoft, the points tie in. I know you hate hearing that, Luke, but the points tie in it with Microsoft Edge, and like they have so many different ways not only to play but to just stay within the system. You look at Luna, it's with Amazon. It has Prime Gaming. What else can you do with Prime? Watch shows and stuff like that. Netflix is coming out. Netflix already is trying to get into gaming. I think it's more or less going to be more just mobile and stuff like that. But they have TV to get into and stuff like that. The Stadia was literally just for cloud gaming. You look at you'd almost forget that it was Google half the damn time. Like oh yeah, Google made Stadia. That's right. You ask half the people about Stadia, and I mean, like more or less casuals, obviously, but like who owns Stadia, and they'd be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just it never got the clout. It never got off the ground, really, in my opinion. It just worked really well. And now that there's other companies doing that exact same thing that they're doing, but it's only a portion, maybe even a fraction of what they're really doing, I think that put Stadia in a bad place, and they almost bordered themselves into a spot that they can't like escape. Like, oh crap, well, we only got this. And then they had the first party debacle where they just flat out like, we're done with this. They gave up on it. So you look at the news within Stadia since it's joined, it's either been sad or lackluster. No one was jumping up and down for Stadia except maybe you and a few other people, K-Mega. Were you even playing Stadia, K-Mega?
No.
Exactly.
No, because
exactly. So that's
how
much.
I had it.
It only had room in your mind. It didn't have room in your front room.
Say it, K-Mega. You are fake news.
Oh my God! Oh my!
Oh,
wow! Do I got to play it? I will look for it. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, I got it.
I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. No, because I was
do it.
Yeah, no, I had to do it. I mean, like I said, I got to eat crow on this one. I got to take the massive L on this. This one is not legendary.
Because I had thought you had a Stadia, man. I really did.
I had it pre-ordered and everything at the time, and then
he didn't find a use for it, like many other people.
Yeah, because the games that they had on there.
For it.
The thing that got me nervous was the fact that the games that they had already had, and then they started talking about the 4K TV, and I'm like, okay, so I've been talking big shit about this, and I'm like, there is no such thing as 4K streaming. You know what I'm saying? That was one thing that Lemon was bringing up as well, but I was just like, okay, this is not looking good. So I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until it actually officially comes out, and then I'm going to get it, and I'm going to show it off and everything. And then well, the bad shit happened is that we went to E3, and then we got to really test out xCloud, and that was it, Jack. I was like,
So my point right there, K-Mega, you pretty much told me, not only from like a big time gamer's perspective, but even from a casual perspective. They go to the store and they look at all this stuff and they're like, I could buy an Xbox and get a physical game, or I can buy it digitally. I can get a PlayStation. I can, do the same thing. But when I play on Stadia, I literally have to be online. And if I'm local, or if I'm 100 miles north from where I am, it may work. It may work. But that, that moment you have in your head when you start to doubt something and you're just like, maybe it won't. That will probably take precedent in a situation like that when you have other platforms that don't have to deal with this nonsense. So, I mean, that's kind of my take. I don't think Stadia really had a chance, more or less because of the way that they didn't really create an ecosystem around it. I feel like if they created more than just cloud gaming, I think they could have did something. But instead, they they just dug into cloud gaming, didn't really involve much else, and they fell off.
Quick,
Oh
real
my
quick
goodness.
on Netflix gaming. I didn't. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago on months ago on They Said We Said, and I kind of put it at the back of my mind, because it's freaking Netflix. What do they know about video games, guys? My son was playing it, and then he showed me the games that are on it. We're not paying attention, but Netflix gaming is going to be a problem in a few years if they keep going with the way they're going, because they're offering full experiences bundled into your Netflix subscription.
Mm.
So the same way Xbox and PlayStation want you to stay in their ecosystem, Netflix is doing a decent job. Because I tried 2 games on there. One game about zombies and another racing game, and I was there for a solid 4 or 5 hours.
Wow.
No joke. Like there's story and dude, it's a proper game. It's close to like the Apple games that you see on the iPhone. So yeah, for anyone wondering what Netflix is doing,
well, they picked up an exclusive too, so that was big for them.
Yeah.
I forgot what the name of the game was, but they picked up an exclusive on their service. So that's
boys ain't playing.
they're serious. They're trying to. They see they got to compete in other ways because Disney is in their ass now. So pause. So it's one of those things where it's like, they have to. When you doing all this stuff, you got to reinvent yourself. You got to keep moving forward and things like that. So that's a great point. All right, so 108, like I said, I'll go to you last on this one. Don, what's your thoughts, man, about this whole Stadia situation?
Many will try.
It's a Midgar?
Many will try, and few will ever succeed when it comes to cloud streaming. That's the harsh reality. The cost of what it takes to do this stuff correctly is a lot. And what's interesting though is I don't think Google lost any money on this deal at all.
Wow. You don't think so?
Even with the payout. Here's the reason why. Because there was no risk to them. They were just expanding their server farm. And basically they're just going to rent out that compute power to other things. Pharmaceutical industry.
It's garage sale time.
All sorts of they keep the hardware. They're just renting out that compute power to somebody else. That's all they're doing, right? So I bet you it came down to a point where it costs more to run Stadia than it was what they would be able to get to renting out those servers to other people. And so whoever's willing to pay the higher price, that's what it came down to. So I don't think there's any risk for them at all on this front. And so, that's another reason why probably they're not as committed to some degree as well, right? But I wouldn't be surprised, you see Amazon fall off. I wouldn't be surprised, you see Netflix is throwing their hat in the ring. There's quite a few of these are going to not make it. I mean, that's just kind of the harsh reality. And there's probably going to one or two will be around, kind of like almost like you have dedicated hardware, and it's not replacing dedicated hardware. It's not doing that. It's just another part of gaming, another pillar per se of gaming. And this has always been my stance for a long time. K-Man knows how long I've been around on that. And with time, I think that's going to become more evident for, those dedicated gamers that are out there that like, oh, okay, it's around. These are the platforms that survived, and it's more of a supplementary thing in regards to that. So, I mean, that's where it's going at as far as that's concerned. And I don't know, Stadia also took a little bit more effort to get stuff running on it. It was just another platform that you had to develop for. So, I mean, from a development standpoint, that kind of works against them. So,
very interesting.
To add on to your point, this is from Game Rant. The Stadia technology will still be used by Google, with the technology set to be implemented across YouTube, Google Play, and augmented reality projects. Google also plans on making Stadia technology available to other gaming companies. Many employees
Sony
who have been working with the Stadia team will be relocated to other departments at Google.
Yeah.
That's
not going to lose anything.
No, they're not going to lose anything. No, not at all. All right,
Nah.
so 108. Can you hear us? Are you ready?
Take the dub.
Yeah, go ahead, take the win, man. Put the crown on.
Victory lap.
Victory lap.
It's
Hold
a
on, let's
tiara. It's not a crown.
Oh shit!
you
oh,
you got him muted?
I don't know. This is well.
Providence. That's what it is.
What? I mean, did he just want to just be seen so he could?
So we had to fix that. I think you had to fix that last week when he jumped in. Remember?
No, that's already fixed. He's up in here. You can see him.
Right click on his name. See if he's muted.
Okay, hold on. You know what? Let me see. Let me go in here.
Because you're never going to hear the end of it. You muted him. He's in.
All right. See you. That's hold on. So 108. What did you think about getting your win? What was your big thoughts? Excellent.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
I did. You know when he comes here. So you know what I'm saying. So 108. I know you said this a couple of years ago. Giving everybody the expertise. So again, what so what do you want to tell people about what's going to happen with Luna?
Oh God.
Anyway, all right. No,
is he muted?
No, he's not muted. He's not muted. I think
okay.
he said he's at his girl's house, but I think that he's having some connection because he's in here. Nobody's muted.
I see his icon.
He has icon and everything. Yeah, so he's in here.
His girl is
his
dub?
Yeah, his girl's messing up his dub, man. Damn. Come on. So anyway, so
wow,
like I said,
Lemon speechless. That is rare.
Boy,
that is rare.
GRG exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. 108 is speechless because he was so right on his theory about Stadia, and so you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I do want to say this because I know we're getting pressed for time because, like I said, we'll only go 15 minutes later. That's it. But so,
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. All right, there you go.
I didn't want to. Phone. I'm using my cell phone. I was using my Surface Pro, and my mic wasn't working. I could hear y'all, but I don't know why they. I hate Discord.
Sometimes you got to reset that thing if you do it.
I reset my Surface 8 and everything. I don't know what the hell wrong with Discord, man. My mic is working, but it's not working on Discord. I don't know.
Anyway, fine, bro.
But we can hear you, brother. But we can hear you.
Anyway,
it's your time.
The point was it wasn't about Glow, right? The point was I was beta testing, and what I kept telling King Mega is, I don't care how much money that they pump into something, they have to bring something to the table to make the consumers want to switch.
You did?
Or invest, right? Because the infrastructure for xCloud is great also, but it's an option. You're trying to go a route that doesn't take a huge investment like research and development on making a system, correct? And that's a commitment more than just investing in the service that you already got and you paying companies to put games on your service, right? At the end of the day, what did Google actually do to make people want to play Stadia? As a beta tester, I kept telling K Mega, I said, this is not good. Luna's not no better either with their cable TV subscription style service because we all play multitude of games. Imagine if you got to subscribe to each individual publisher for $4.99 a piece. xCloud still wins, right? Because now it becomes a financial burden. So I saw Google, they got great service, they got a good idea, but where they're trying to take it, they're trying to do the cheapest way in to make a buck. And you have to get people to say, this is the reason I'm gonna play Stadia. Destiny wasn't the reason. Games that people already own wasn't the reason. You got to do something else. Then Microsoft, remember I said this on GRG before. People looked at when the 2-3 presidents from Nintendo, Sega, and Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft walked on the stage. This is right after the comments on Phil Spencer saying Sony is not our competition. They knew Google was trying to get into the market. They know Google got deep pockets. The same thing they know about Amazon, right? So I said the other two can't compete financially with none of them. So they needed Microsoft to basically combat them. The ZeniMax deal definitely stuck a fork in them. They announced, I don't know, maybe a month after that deal that it was a wrap. because what they're doing is if they're taking their money to pay developers to put their games on their consoles, I mean on a cloud, the biggest games are the RPG plays, right? The Sony games, Final Fantasy 14, any Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, Fallout 76. These are the games that got the longest legs, right? So if you bought ZeniMax, you immediately took Bethesda out of the market. Now with Activision and Call of Duty, they're not going to give Stadia Call of Duty. Why would they do that? So it's more like they jumped in and they did double dutch and they got caught up in the rope real quick. They said we out, but it's not the first time Google has invested $1 billion into something or millions of dollars into something and they don't see immediate profit. They do like PlayStation did with the Vita. We out. And they got money to burn, but they not that type of company. That's all my boy 100 was talking about that. He said Google stay investing in something and pulling out. Something don't work right away, they out. So that was more of this talking point. Like I said, I beta tested Luna. Luna's crazy.
Yeah, Luna's dope. Yeah, I'm still paying for Luna. I'm still paying for Luna.
But I'm saying you got to pay for individual channels. That's crazy. You got to pay for Capcom.
Yeah, right.
You got to pay for 2K. And the subscription is $5.99 a month with your Prime. Then you got to pay $4.99 for Ubisoft, $7.99 for
yeah.
That thing starts to add up. That's not going
that's the fail. Yeah, because I was like, because Luna was performing better than xCloud there for a while. But then of course the library compared to xCloud to Luna is night and day at this point. Yeah.
At least Amazon tried to drop a game that was exclusive to their platform with a first party game, that New World, right?
Right.
Google was like, no, we're gonna put Destiny 2.
Well,
and who's gonna buy it?
Google Stadia had quite a few exclusive titles. I don't think even were worth your time. But
they had some small Japanese titles.
Yeah, but they still did it. You know,
but they didn't go and make a big first party game like Amazon did, right? They had some small. Me and Buddy was talking about this the other night. They had Japanese games that don't come to PlayStation, that wasn't coming to PlayStation, that didn't go to Xbox, that they were specifically putting on Stadia. What we are at now? Now y'all don't even have a platform because y'all tried that.
Yeah, because
these games are not even out yet.
Because in New World was in New World the
Amazon.
Okay, that's okay. So they got New World, and then a game that I think that Ham Solo was asking me what was I playing. That was Lost Ark. Lost Ark is a beast right now. Yeah. So,
but look.
Well, it was so bad they had to unrelease it. That's how bad New World was.
Yeah,
that's what was breaking people's PCs.
Yep, it was breaking the graphics cards.
Yeah, it was breaking graphic cards. But look at this. Damn. Look at the developer. What they said yesterday. We didn't know they was dropping Stadia until we read it, and our game is exclusive to that platform. That's a slap in the face.
Yeah, and then also there was one developer as well, Lemon, that said, "Well, I mean, this is like the second time that I've been making a game." And that I'm not going to get paid for because they still, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not want to even break the game. Another thing too, I don't think anybody read this. I did post this in the link, whatever. That they turned down Kojima's Kojima's work. I think that he was going to do like he wanted an exclusive, like kind of like a side game for Death Stranding, and Stadia turned it down. Like, how big would that have been? Or, like Loke said, like, where would ZeniMax be and where would Kojima be, Kojima Productions be with that title if now that they're just saying, look, forget it. Like that's what's the scary thing about that is like you're so big of a company that you can just say, all right, we're done. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Super chat.
That's what I was telling people. I said that's what really killed Stadia because like Don said, they had exclusive titles. Nobody knew about none of those titles. A lot of them was indie games. A lot of them was tiny Japanese games. At least Luna said, we're leading off massive open world RPG first party studios. It's going to be the face of our service. Google didn't do none of that.
Well,
Nothing.
and back to Amazon's point, like they still made the game available on PC, regardless of how
Yep.
people feel about
On
the release.
Steam.
Yeah, they made it. They had a
Correct.
multiple release of both streaming or local hardware, so they had a little different strategy for sure.
And I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. My state is a main state with like get all the current like internet and everything else. California's the same way, but I'm sorry to say it. LA don't have equal share of internet. We talking about a major city in California. Their internet is trash. But if you in San Francisco, you got that New York internet. So now, with that being said, what about the other states and small towns around the United States? xCloud is an option. It's not the main focus point. It's not the main focal point for.
That's what I was saying.
It's not the main.
I'm in Memphis, and it works
It's not the
really
main focal
good.
point for
Yeah,
gaming.
yeah,
I don't care what nobody say. The premium experience will always be console. Because I play xCloud on my system, and I test it out just to run it to see how it runs. It's cool, but I prefer my digital download. I prefer my hard copy of a disc because it will never replace it. Because the whole United States got to catch up internet to be able to access this. And 5G is not the answer because everybody's phone don't play these games properly. xCloud
I
did
gotta
not
give
save that $20 phone.
I got to give you some pushback on that because I think once the infrastructure thing, because it's already implemented, it's just how that's going to happen. And one of the biggest things that's going to happen is increase the internet's going to be increased all through the country, everywhere.
But I'm gonna tell you why that don't work, Game Man. I'm gonna tell you why, right? Like Europe, right? They got one unified system, right? In the United States, it's too many politics between these companies. That's the problem. It's not like we can't do it.
Well, yeah, that part is true. And certain places have, that part is true.
Right.
But
Google Stadia tried to come to New York, Cablevision, Time Warner, now it's Spectrum, and Verizon was like, hell no, why would we let y'all in? You got way more money than us. We can't play with y'all. And they're not giving up their territories to let Google Fiber in. Google Fiber is a fail. Nobody talks about that. It failed because it tried to implement everywhere, and them companies are like Comcast is like.
Well, there's people that has Google Fiber. See here, there's competition.
Google Fiber's still
doing
around.
great.
It's pretty dope.
And it's doing fantastic. Yeah, Google Fiber.
Whoa. That's not it's not doing fantastic. They're trying, but it's so much red tape, and each state is separate. Each city is separate. Each borough in Brooklyn is separate. Let alone we got 5 boroughs. They all separate, and our city is divided. They tried to put Google Fiber in Brooklyn. It's a.
Oh, he got out.
Apparently, he doesn't have Google Fiber.
You're right.
Europe unified. About his point about Europe being unified, that was true until 2018. It's not true anymore.
Right, because
that super chat now.
Because the EU, I'm going to read that, and then we're gonna get ready to hopefully that Lemon will come back because we can't hear you. Zero Pile, thank you so much. He says, any thoughts on the PSVR and why Sony keeps pushing a niche product that's going to just be as much as the console. Now I will address both. I want to talk about
Next
this whole.
Week can be good for that one.
Yeah. We'll talk about that, but because we're going to talk about the PlayStation Stars thing, and then end it with our last topic, which is going to be pretty quick because we still don't know. It's just speculation with the acquirements or Microsoft talking to studios and publishers in the East, but to answer your question right now on that, I don't know if that is the actual price. I know that I seen someone post it, but if it is $600, I don't know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because we're going to get into the Sony situation. I don't know what they're thinking.
That's going to be an epic fail.
Yeah. Okay, Lemon, say something because I think I heard you.
No. My phone, the screen cut off. This phone using my phone.
Okay.
I was talking, the damn screen was off. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, I didn't come in here to make you eat crow. What I was saying was
it's fine. I got to eat it. You was right. You was right.
I just said everybody on the panel that was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one beta tested it, and I kept saying it's not what y'all think. Because you know when somebody advertises something, they're gonna throw balls to the wall. Everything is perfect. Oh, this is great. This is this. Luna did the same thing, and when I beta tested it, they was charging us first of all to beta test it. Then when I tried to play a Capcom game, I had to buy the Capcom channel. Then I tried a 2K game, I had to buy the 2K channel. I told K-Mega stay at the back and the panel. That ain't gonna work.
Well, now I was beta testing Luna. I never got a chance to beta test Stadia. So, yeah.
But the pay scale on Luna is ridiculous.
It's nuts. It is, and I'm still paying the $5 for it. And I ain't played Luna in
it's gonna be
almost
like
a year.
You're gonna have to get a second job to pay for that $10 upgrade.
Bro, tell me about it. And especially this. Okay, so we got to move on to the next topic, but I do want to just address this really quick about that VR too. We'll make it a topic for next week. But if that is true, that because I said it was going to be probably around $400 to $500. I thought it was going to be in that price range. Because for two reasons. One, Sony is taking their sweet ass time with this. Two, I do think that this will be this will kind of work with PC. It'll be compatible with PC. So I think that's what's going to be their thing. It's like, look, we're giving you the experience not only on the PlayStation 5, but we'll give you the experience also on PC. So that's the reason for our product being the price that it is. But listen, I don't know. That's nuts to me. But let me go ahead and do this about PlayStation Stars.
I think that was fake news. I think somebody liked to do Photoshop. Can't trust one person who posted that, and then everybody spread that picture around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I posted it too, but I'm like,
They said Amazon was buying EA 3 weeks ago. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Everybody got on and made a podcast about somebody's thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's nuts. Yeah, just wait. It was just like also with the thing, like, because my big mistake was not putting a exclamation point at the end of showing this, was saying, oh, this is coming to Xbox in 2023. I did not put the exclamation point. I just put the eyeballs right there, and then of course I got lit up. And then you gotta
be careful.
You gotta be careful of how you do stuff. Oh, you're lying to people. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't put it there. But anyway,
you gotta be careful. You don't want to be that guy who
2 hours.
No, I know. I'm leaving anyway. You don't want to be that guy that say nobody wants a Killer Instinct sequel and 10 million people scream on you.
Right. Facts. Well, let everybody know where they can find you at, Lemon.
108 Dragons TV tomorrow, and I will be talking about a handheld that should be dropping. It's like that that Logitech, but it's a little different, and it's also sponsored by Xbox.
Does it use cellular data?
Yes, it does.
Oh shit! I'm buying it. Buying it. I said anyone a handheld that comes out that uses cellular SIM cards, I am on it. I'm buying it. Day one.
Wait, Dragon's got one question for you. How many screens does it have?
Right. How many screens? Sorry.
Shut up, Don.
The official announcement trailer, Don, is going to be October 15th, but they gave us a little trickle of what it's going to do.
I'm just going to say, if it doesn't have 3 screens, Sir X-Men's not buying it, man. I'm just saying.
No, I've been saying in every single chat on every single show, if it has cellular data, I am going to buy it.
And since when you got a 2-hour limit, K-Mega? We've been trying to do that for years.
Yeah, I know. And that today I said, I'm going to do it. So 15 minutes and we done and we out of here. So, all right, get your ass out of here. Go check out 108 Dragons show tomorrow. What time? What time is it going to be?
Definitely ain't missing that.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man.
No, you got to do. Yeah, man, you got. I was going to say you got to do the Lord's time. Nobody cares about the Easter time. You know what I'm saying? With that, is that 5 o'clock? Yeah, 5 o'clock Lord's time. Lord's
time is New York time.
No, hell no. There's the Iron Lords, but it ain't the Lord's time. No, hell no. Shout out to the Iron Lords.
We got 13 minutes left.
All right.
2 hours after that, never came back.
Oh my God. Anyway, all right, man. Good talking to you, man. All right. So anyway, this PlayStation Star situation, this is the thing that bothers me. Because there's people that's capping for this. And so like, I mean, there should be no one capping for this. And they're saying it's not that big of a deal. It's not a problem. So let me just go ahead and read this quickly. It says that this, the PlayStation Stars, once we find out what it actually was, it's coming in October. It's coming in October. It says the program also has a 4-tier level system in which all players start from level 1 and you can work your way up to level 4 by buying games and earning trophies. However, some users are upset with the level 4 tier, which is unlocked after buying 4 full games from PlayStation Store and earning 128 rare trophies. Reward players will, with improved these rewards will improve players' customer service. So according to Sony, the level 4 tier perk includes collectibles and a promise that when contacting PlayStation customer support, you will be given priority in the chat order. All right. So I'm going to go straight to you on this one. I'm going to go straight to you on this one, Don. Does this make sense? And if it doesn't, who the hell sit there and thought that this was a good idea to alienate people who's paid money for a product for support? And then they think that and then they kind of get put in a position where they seem like a second-hand citizen. What's your thoughts?
I'm a little bit lost. Are you talking about PSVR?
No. We're not talking about PlayStation VR. We're talking about something completely different. Yeah,
that's why I'm totally lost. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what is a service.
This is their new rewards program.
It's their new rewards program. It's got they give you collectibles, and then kind of like what Nintendo does for games and stuff like that. That part looks really cool and different. Keep people engaged into the ecosystem. But this perk thing to where you, in order for you to get better customer service or high priority customer service, you have to buy 4 games in the PlayStation Store, full price games, and have
the service
and the service, and have 100. But the service itself is free. But you have to have 128 rare trophies, not just any trophies, but rare trophies, in order for you to get this perk. I mean, to get this perk for better customer service.
It's one thing for a company to do that behind the scenes and not really come out and say it, and it's another for them to kind of say it and kind of make people feel a certain way. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't know. You should always treat your customers equally as possible. In my personal opinion, regardless of what we're talking about, right? Like, you spent $5 with the person, you're still a customer, right? You spend thousands of dollars, yeah, you're still a customer. Your policies should always reflect a customer face forwarding sort of approach towards everything. And if you're not doing that, if you're creating these like tiers of service and stuff like that, I don't know. They're already paid you money. You kind of have to take care of them. I just don't get that sort of mentality in regards to that. So yeah, I'm shocked that Sony's even doing that. It's first of hearing it. But if everything is represented correctly, like I think that's silly. Treat everyone equal. We don't need to create different tiers. We don't need to create. Last thing we need to do is create more division out there, right? Like let's not do that. This is one of the things. Gaming is a unifying thing, and now you're turning it into a divisive thing. I just don't think that's very, very smart from a business perspective, and it's also just not very good for as far as just gaming as a whole. So.
Okay, I totally agree. Ham Solo, what about you, man? Where are you at on this? I mean, do you think that any of this from this tier level makes any sense? Like some people were saying, like it's really not that big of a deal. It just proves to people that they actually play games and support Sony they're really true gamers. That's what I heard yesterday, and I've seen spaces where they were basically giving that same point to a degree. What do you think?
I feel like PlayStation this generation has this like weird sense of if you ain't with us, you're against us kind of aspect, and it's like really kind of distasteful in my opinion. Not a big fan of it, although I do. See, I like the idea of you can be more involved within it if you complete one thing or another, but to say that I'm gonna get better service, I mean, man, like I feel like the way they may have worded it, messy. And I feel like a lot of what PlayStation has done this generation, although I like PlayStation, I play on PlayStation, I'll buy their games. I bought, I want to say 2 or 3 games this year for PlayStation. But I just feel like their messaging has been very like, F everybody else, you're with us or against us. And if you're against us, we'll clearly show you within this customer service. And that's the way I looked at it. I was just like, this just screams like, I don't know, not willing to work with you if you ain't paying. Because it's just like nonstop, like everything that revolves around it, which it's a business, so it's trying to make money. Cool. But like, I feel like it's very like in your face with it. And it almost feels like they're feeling the pressure in one way or another, because it goes from $70 games to $10 upgrades for a feature that was built into your console. There's, the price hike of the console itself. And now you're telling me, buy more to get better service. And it's just like, what the fuck, man? At the end of the day, it's just like, whoa, like you really asking me for a lot right now. So long story short, I shrugged my shoulders at it because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be bothered by it. But I could see why people would look at this in kind of a sideways way and be like, man, this seems a little pushy.
Yeah. Wow. Big shout out to Master Clowns X3. Brother, thank you so much. Hold on.
Control of your chat.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that, man. I'm going to take my wife to Sizzler next month, because we don't see that money until next month.
Sizzler, do they still have that?
Yeah, we still got.
No, Kim Megan's gonna get himself some calf implants. Is what he's gonna do.
You damn right. I'm gonna give me some pecs.
Wow, that's like looking for a Ponderosa shit.
Wow. Yeah, no, we do have a Sizzler. We have a couple of Sizzlers out
I haven't seen Sizzler in like 20 years. Yeah.
Oklahoma gives you some new and some old. But man, thank you so much, Master Clowns. Wow, thank you so much, man. Oh shit, let's like.
Oh
this
yeah,
up.
and then just the one last thing about Stadia that I forgot to do earlier.
Another one bites the dust.
There we go.
Does that mean it's time to shut the show down? Is that what that means? Another show bites the dust. What?
He saw the donation and he goes, "Well, what's a copyright strike? Go for it."
That was only 10 seconds. That's all right. That could work
right now. How much was it? I'm not looking at my stream.
It was 100.
Not bad, bro.
I know. I'm you know what I'm saying? Listen, that's a real cash right there. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate your GRG, and thank you. And I'm glad you enjoying the show.
I'll take the wife to the Sizzler and next month, and then you know what I'm saying, everybody else, I'm gonna sit there and give them a $2 gift card for the game of their
Yo,
choice.
that's Texas Roundhouse money right there, man. That's Texas Roadhouse money,
You
man.
make it like, I'll
Go
give you
get
some
the-
Microsoft points.
Go
Here
get
you
the
go.
real steak, bro. Texas Roadhouse, man.
I know.
Come on now.
Well, the real steak place is Saltgrass now, or Cattleman's out here. Cattleman's is known all over the country out here. So
I've never heard of it.
because you don't eat quality food. Anyway,
Hey,
so
my
hey,
my
man,
God.
he eats fish
I'm
with
from
spaghetti.
Chicago. What are you talking about? Don't eat
Anyway,
quality food. Oh my God.
Thank you so much, man, Master Clowns. That is amazing. Thank you. That is thank you.
Sir X-Man eating frozen Giordano's.
Oh yeah, what? He's still eating them Swanson TV dinners. Come on now.
Now you don't eat Giordano's frozen, dude. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
you
man.
go up to Chicago and you get your shit. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go ahead and feed the Mogwai. Because Sleepy, we added something here now. It's some slang on here on GRG now. When Sir X-Man, we get to a certain time, it's time to feed the Mogwai. So what is your thoughts about Sony and their
that's
strategy?
why you always say PlayStation to the end, because you know.
Woo! Okay, so what is your thoughts, man? What is your thoughts?
I thought I was going to get through a night without having to say this. But okay, Mega just had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clear my throat.
Uh-oh.
What was his throat?
Frogs. But y'all being played by Sony again. And I'm sorry, but you're too foolish to recognize it. All that for a few little icons for a full $70 game, and you get the privilege of talking to customer service first? What kind of shit game scam do you not recognize? You might as well go do a pyramid scheme. You got better chance of getting better profit on that than you do with this scheme that they're throwing at you. I don't know what it is with this year and Sony, but it's like they are not being customer friendly. Oh, wait a minute. If you get 4 games, you will be friendlier as a customer. But this is unreal. And I don't like the way they are treating you people at PlayStation. I know they have their moments, and even Microsoft have their moments. But this year, they are really putting you guys through the ringer. And I wish you would recognize this, because this is just a scam to get you buy games that they didn't sell at full price. You know, y'all better recognize the scam that's going on. Like I said before, and I try to avoid saying it because it upsets some people. But Sony is in business welfare, and they're trying to scam you guys to help them get out of the hole they got their ass in from paying for all these games that were exclusive. And it's coming back to bite them, so they're trying to get you to pay for it. That's pretty much all I'm going to say on this point. Recognize the game and wake the fuck up. I'm done. I hate doing that. I thought I was going to get through a whole night without
feed
that.
Feed the Mogwai. I mean, listen.
Fatality.
Woo, excellent.
I never thought I'd be like doing shit like this on a podcast. What the fuck?
Oh, man.
I'm done.
All right. So you got to follow that, Loke. What is your thoughts about this, man? I mean, do you think that this is a proper customer service for people who has paid $500 plus dollars for a PlayStation 5? Or even just for the customers who haven't even got a PlayStation but bought a PlayStation Pro, a PlayStation 4, regular
$550.
Yeah. So I mean, what is your thoughts, Loke?
Man. essentially, PlayStation are saying the quiet part out loud. I think every company does this, but for some deranged reason, PlayStation decided that it was a good idea to come out and say it. I think the main reason is because their rewards program is lackluster and they know it. So they were looking at, okay, what can we offer? What can we offer? And they're just throwing everything at the wall. And no one said, guys, I don't think this specifically should be thrown out there. So, yeah. Going back to your first point about games, were you talking about rare trophies?
Yeah.
At the on the PlayStation blog, I'll send you the link in a bit. It says, and I quote, players will earn specific trophies, or even be the first player to platinum a blockbuster title in your local time zone. So what we're talking about here specifically is Sony conditioning or forcing most of the people that are going to want to consistently get PlayStation Stars points to buy the PlayStation bangers like God of War and Last of Us, buy them on release and play the shit out of them as fast as possible to earn some of these PlayStation reward points. It's also worth noting that these reward points do not stay with your account forever. Everyone goes back to level 0 every 12 months.
You know what? And I asked that question. Oh, thank you so much, Killer Clowns, man. Thank you, bro. And you're not even giving a comment, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you so much, man, for the.
Is he giving you real money right now, God dang?
Yeah, man. He gave me another 20. Bro, listen, hey, man, thank you so much, bro.
Now you can afford that great steakhouse. Thank you, Clowns.
I can, yeah. Well, I don't know. No, I'm saying, that's now we move from the Sizzler to Western Sizzling to now to Roadhouse.
I'm about to go to Ruth's Chris here soon.
I'm about to go to Sawgrass. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to take the wife to Sawgrass, man, and show a little, you know what I'm saying? Show a little plate, man. Thank you so
much. Don't forget them. Don't forget them cinnamon biscuits and that damn and that loaded potato, man. You got to get that.
I can't.
Magic Man talking about Golden Corral.
Dude, he's messing up his diet. What's going on right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna
baked potatoes are the bomb at Texas Roundhouse.
Your diet's over with now.
My diet. I will break the diet for this. Thank you.
You know I ain't lying. And you can chug a couple of shots while you're there too, bro. You know?
Yeah, that's gonna fuck up the diet for sure. Man, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. Wow, we're looking at 140 right now. That's nuts. Okay, so I kind of lost my train of thought on it. Yeah. Because I was gonna say something back, but I forgot what was going to say. But go ahead.
I was talking about the platinum.
Oh yeah. I wanted to make this point. Right fast with that. Okay, so me and Xpot we was all talking about it yesterday on next podcast, and I said it sounds crazy to me that that wouldn't be surprised if Sony didn't put a deadline on the number count with the number count or with the games that you can buy. Like they would do it every 6 months or every year that you would have to still buy 4 games. Or now since you're saying that is very interesting and also very, very not uncustomer friendly in my opinion. But continue. I'm sorry.
It fits Sony's persona so far this year. Another thing is on the earning points side, I'm going to quote what it says here on the site. PlayStation Stars members will have opportunities to earn loyalty points. Points can be redeemed in a catalog that may include PSN wallet funds and select PlayStation Store products. I haven't, from all the people that are testing it out in Japan, not one has reported a single red cent being dropped into their PSN wallet fund. So that is very worrying for me.
Pyramid
I was
scheme.
I was hoping the PlayStation Stars program was going to compete directly with the Microsoft reward points. Everyone that knows me
Me
knows I
too.
hate
Right. And
I
I'm
hate
still,
the Microsoft reward points.
I still need to try to get to that guy. That guy is not contacting me, so I'm finna hit him back up again.
Yeah.
This weekend.
I hate the rewards program because it doesn't cover 2/3 of the planet, including Africa. So I was dead set that if PlayStation Stars did what Microsoft Rewards should have been doing for years now, I was just gonna make PlayStation my main console. Because right now my main console is the Xbox. But I'm willing to move over to PlayStation if PlayStation Stars is fair. But the PSN wallet funds, no one has reported receipt. And even if people were receiving money, bro, fuck you for demanding I pay for $70 games. Not only pay for $70 games, but I no life that shit and be the first one in my region for me to have a chance to earn whatever tiny minuscule amount of funds you're going to give me. Screw that. I have a life.
Time out. I did not know you had to. You have to be the first one in your area,
bro.
Yep, that's what you just read. Man. Yeah, that's what you just read. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this shit's confusing as hell. Jeez.
Well, I mean, it's just so much. Like, I'm trying to take it in, and I'm just like, dude,
that's the whole thing.
What rule did I fucking miss?
Well,
yeah,
exactly.
That's why I was so confused, man.
Yeah, like, are we still talking about VR?
I get it now, Don. Man, I'm lost at this point.
But does that mean my rant was not flawed today?
No.
So I'm adding the link. I'm adding the link to the GRG podcast. What's it? Group
chat.
On,
yeah,
on
the chat.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. On Twitter. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then I'll post it. I'll post it. I thought you were going to post it in the chat.
It's ridiculous, guys. It's fucking ridiculous.
That is
and I love
nuts.
PlayStation, but this is rage-inducing. It's like Microsoft is taking a dump on me. I was hoping Sony would help me out. Sony's got a bottle of gasoline and a matchstick.
Sony is fueling their own fire for destruction, bro. They are. But I really do hope you get Microsoft rewards in your region eventually, man.
Aaron Greenberg said, like Aaron Greenberg said, he says, I don't know personally. That's why he said contact that guy that does the reward points. But for Aaron to come back at me to conversate with me as quick as he did. I mean, usually if I hit him up with something, he'll hit me back up maybe later on, 3-4 days or something like that. He hit me up immediately. So that's an opportunity for them to say, look, okay, so what's going on? If it's the infrastructure, because that's what Aaron think it was the infrastructure situation. But if it's not, let's get to the bottom of it, because if we can, add more people into our ecosystem, then what I'm saying, let's fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is just nuts.
Nice, Loke. You might be getting your wish, man.
You know what? It's interesting. I think the focus is engagement, right? Like, this is the reason why they're doing all this sort of stuff.
Oh, so, yeah, this is definitely engagement. Yeah.
So the whole point of what they're trying to do is trying to force engagement on their platform, right? In the thought process, because they are moving to more of a games as a service model of their games going forward. So the thought process, if you have people constantly engaging your platform, the more likely they are going to spend more money with you. Now, I don't think they're necessarily going about it the right way, because I'm like listening to all the ins and outs here from everyone. But what it seems to me is they're just trying to throw what they can out there to get more engagement. Will you get reimbursed? Probably. All the things they're talking about points, I bet you it's going to be like a quarterly type thing that will do sort of payouts back to what they promised in regards to that. But yeah, it's all about engagement. That's their focus here.
Right.
And Microsoft's been focused on this for a while. Like this isn't new. Like Microsoft's, I mean, the whole point system is
it's been
doing the
around
same
for
thing.
over 10 years. It was even on the 360. You had rewards parts. Yeah.
People criticize it, right? Like, oh, the people that are invested in one console or another criticize it. But the reality is it's there for engagement, and basically it's like a dividend. You're getting a kickback. If that makes any sense for your engagement, because we're doing better because of that, and we're going to give a little bit back towards the audience. It's just, I think this stuff is all on how you deliver the message and how you put value to the customer, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah, because I played Proteus today, right? First time. I got 6 reward markings and stuff like that just for playing that game. That adds up to money.
But Microsoft also doesn't treat you differently. But this goes down to the other point, right? They don't treat you differently if you. But there's the customers that just do Game Pass, right? There's the customers that do hard games and they do Game Pass. They don't treat you any differently across the board. They just try to pick policies that are fair to their customers across the board.
And they even sometimes give you give you rewards for games that you bought that aren't in Game Pass too.
Yeah. I mean,
to promote the game. Yeah,
right. Exactly. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with these companies giving kickbacks, but to treat it like from a customer service standpoint, there shouldn't be any sort of deficit there. It should all be on even playing field across the board as far as all that stuff is concerned.
Yeah, it shouldn't be for good customer service.
Yeah,
that should be.
Also,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Lo.
What enrages me most about this situation is, the first time, like when I found out about Microsoft Rewards, I was so excited because I was looking at the stuff, the amount of points they were offering for certain tasks. Like,
oh yeah,
opening Bing gave me the equivalent of like $10. Freaking clicking on a search bar or going to a specific Microsoft site gave me the equivalent of $5. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You could literally every month buy.
It feels like a little bit of a scam, right?
Yeah, but even look, even using Bing on your phone gives you rewards points,
dude. And then I met Cozy and Ham, and they always throw it in my face. They're like, dude,
Ham,
we're not even buying games. We're just completing these tasks, and you can reliably buy 1 or 2 AAA games every month. It is crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
people
Jamie
that got $1,000 worth of rewards points sitting there.
All right, we gotta get ready to move on. But Jamie, he bought his Series X with his reward points. So,
man, I'm out of here.
He's from.
Come on.
All right. Last topic. Let's so we can get out here.
I thought that was the last topic.
No, this is the last topic. With you, if you hush up, Gremlin, you know what I'm saying, so we can finish it.
No, you might as well just say this is 3 hours.
No, this is the last topic.
It is.
This is and this is really quick because this is not even, you know what I'm saying, because we don't even know. This is speculation. So, but it is out there that Microsoft is out there courting, talking, negotiating with studios and publishers in the East. They're really serious about trying to make a dent in that market. So who would you, and this is, everybody can say what they got to say and then we can get on out of here. Who is the studio that you would like for them to get? Do not say Capcom because I don't see that happening. Do not say Namco Bandai. That's not going to happen. But anything else, it might be a possibility. Or Square Enix. Well, maybe Square Enix might be there. But anyway, what do you guys think? Like, who would be that? Would it not even be something from Japan? Could it be something from Korea? Could it be something from China? Somewhere from the East. Go ahead.
I want to go first.
Go ahead.
PlayStation. Sorry.
Shit.
Xbox buys. Xbox buys Konami. Sits down with Kojima. We get a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then Kojima finally finishes Metal Gear Solid 5. Done. Mic drop.
Oh. Oh my God. Okay. Ham.
I'm still going with Steam.
They're not a
Yeah.
Japanese company.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
Oh
Something
wait,
from
are
the
you
East?
talking about Japanese companies? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
East.
yeah, the East.
Oh,
The
okay,
East.
my
The
bad.
East.
My bad.
Damn.
East. Anybody in the East.
A little further east. You have to just go a little
Yeah,
bit further.
That's a little, little go
just
north,
a little.
then go
Okay,
cat a
so
corner, then go.
They're about 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
I feel, I feel, I feel terrible saying this again,
Oh.
but Platinum says hi.
Oh God, you still on that damn kick.
Again, Platinum is still saying hello. Ever since the beginning of the year when they said, I wouldn't mind working with Xbox. Xbox was like, only if you are under our umbrella because you ain't running again.
Oh, okay, so
I doubt it, but I mean that's just the first one that comes to mind. And I know it's very very divisive.
Right. Okay. So
as Yobi says, beacon of destruction, right?
Right. Don. who do you think it could be?
It's hard to say. Maybe Atlas. Atlas wouldn't be a bad choice.
Oof.
Oh yeah, Atlas is hot.
I'm trying to think of something that people are not thinking about. But yeah, Atlas would be, I think, a good choice for
That'd be
them.
huge.
They also have a good, strong relationship with Microsoft. Like, these conversations of who buys who, right? Like Mega brings these up to me all the time, right? And my answer in general is always like, it has to be a good fit, right? It's not just about owning the name. It has to be a company that really wants to work by who they're being purchased by, right? And I can see Atlas being that company. I can see Sega being that company. In regards to that, but I think Atlas would be my top pick for him. I mean, there's things I would like to happen. I would think Bandai Namco would be way better pick.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Konami is, who knows? I don't think that it's even worth owning Konami. I think for them it's about owning the IP. If they bought, like, me and K-Mega speculated on this. What happens if Microsoft say, you know what, we're going to buy the Metal Gear Solid IP. Konami's not doing anything with it. They don't seem to be that interested in doing anything with it that much, right? So we can probably get it on the dirt cheap. And let's say this whole thing that he's working with Kojima maybe is that. Just like, hey, you want to give one last swan song to your game that you worked on years and do the things that you always wanted to do? We'll give you that opportunity. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I think Microsoft can do, but I think Atlas is the most reasonable, good suggestion I could throw out there. So,
okay, all right. That a lot of people love the Sega stuff, so I mean, and then just something within Sega.
I don't want to say Sega because I want it to happen so bad.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say Sega. I'm just not gonna do it because I want it to happen. It's like a marriage that's been, to me, that's like a marriage where it's like the proposal has gone on way too long.
They've been dating too long, is what you're saying.
Yeah. They're beyond common
dating
law
for 20 years and they're not married. They have separate houses and stuff, is what you're saying.
Right.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Okay. All right. For me, Koei Tecmo.
What about me? I thought
Koei Tecmo would be dope.
Yeah, Koei Tecmo.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be
especially after what I played with Wolong.
Yeah. See how that sucks. I mean, right there, and they shut down the damn game, man. The demo. I'm so mad. I'm right there at the end. I was right there at the end. Had him almost dead. I said, okay, I'll go and check it out here this weekend, or whatever. Anyway, okay, so Koei Tecmo, or something within Koei Tecmo, if they, or so some kind of merger, partnership, something kind of like what they're working with Sega with the super games and shit. How about do and pick up Dead or Alive as an exclusive? So
you said only one.
That that's Koei Tecmo. Like I'm just
That's
saying.
Koei Tecmo.
Yeah, that, you know, I'm saying Team Ninja. But I was saying, yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
Damn, I didn't know that was connected with Team Ninja. I messed up. That was the
Right.
one I was going to
Team
pick.
Ninja is the studio.
Behind Ninja Gaiden.
Koei,
And,
yeah. Well, they're the
Yeah, I
studio.
know
And
who they
Koei
made.
Tecmo is
Yeah.
the publisher essentially. So
right.
Previously Tecmo.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that that would be amazing if they could get all of Koei Tecmo. But if they couldn't, if they could get a couple of like, you know, saying like Dead or Alive, bring back Ninja Gaiden, that's awesome. I think it would be One Bad Mother says pretty soon Microsoft and Sega will be dating so long that they will only have sex every 2 weeks. and only missionary. God dang. I mean, they have been courting for a very long time. So they might not even be having sex every 2 weeks. They might just be sitting back just enjoying themselves. They friends now. They life buddies. But yeah, he said missionary. Just get it over with. Done. No foreplay. Just get to it. Anyway. All right.
Lay and spray.
Lay and spray. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's time to go, guys.
It is time to go. Oh, feed the Mogwais. Okay. So X-Men, send us out. What you got?
I'm agreeing with Loke, Konami.
That would be huge.
I've been capping that for a while, Konami.
I mean, because I know what you want. I know what you need. You want
I
that
want bloody
You
roar.
want that bloody roar.
I want bloody roar,
You
baby.
want bloody roar, baby. Yeah, I know what you want, what you need, sir.
Yes, sir.
Feed the Mogwai. All right, guys.
Hey, bloody roar day one.
Oh,
But my one that ain't Japanese that I would love to have, I still gotta say it. I want Crytek. I want Crytek.
Oh, you said they weren't Japanese. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was all about Crytek, but then, yeah, I mean, I want Rise really bad. I mean, if they could just work out
It
to
ain't
bring
for
in
Rise. That's still a
Yeah.
hey, Sir X-Men, a little further east.
Little further east.
A little further east.
Yeah.
I brought it
Go west.
10,000 miles in. I brought it 10,000 miles in.
Okay.
I said for my non-east.
But that wasn't the question. Okay. Anyway.
Whatever. How many times you change the damn answers to the questions when you ask me questions? Just go somewhere.
I'm the host.
Else.
I can do what I can. I'll do what I want. Anyway.
You do what he can.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We went 39 minutes too long, or I would say, about 20 minutes too long.
It's Don's fault.
It was Don and Lemon's fault.
Sure.
We're gonna blame them anyway. But thank you guys so much, man. We're gonna get the hell out of here. So Don, appreciate you coming through again. It's to get your points about Halo and everything else. One Bad Mother, we definitely gonna have to get a hold of you, bro, so we can have you on Devin the Gamer. Same as Loke, Ham Solo. We gotta do that, and there's so many things that we gotta do. So. To have more people come through.
What
And,
about
join
little
us.
old me?
As you see, we did not say your name, but no, we
Shut
gonna
up,
hit you up.
bitch.
We'll talk to you. But where can they find you at, Don?
I might have to change it to Dev and the old ass gamer.
Wow.
Hey, that's actually a fact, though. That's actually not non-true. That's actually true.
Oh man.
Maybe that'll be a special episode. But yeah, the links down below to my Twitter account and everything else I'm involved with is there. I'm trying to grow the YouTube channels just like anyone else, and so gonna be live streaming probably about half an hour after the podcast here. So playing a little Saints Row. If you guys are interested, stop on by, hit the like buttons, and feel free to harass me in the chat. So.
Hey, I like your little shows, man. They're pretty good. You should do more of those. I actually like them.
Are you talking about my YouTube content?
Yeah, when you do
Yeah.
YouTube content, you had them little 5-minute, 10-minute things.
The shorts?
I actually like those. Yeah, those
The
are
shorts,
cool.
yeah, I'm going to be doing that stuff. I just been busy with other things, so it just had to take a backseat for a little bit. So,
Hey,
but that stuff's coming
understandable.
back. That stuff's coming back, but then again, I don't expect people to follow for nothing. I have to put the work in as well, so I get it.
All right.
Also, it's Saints Row, the game of the year that everyone's been talking about.
Stop it. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Shut your
You
mouth.
need some sleep right now, Loke. You definitely need sleep, bro.
Oh my God. So the slander is real. Loke, I was going to you anyway. Where can they find you at, brother, man? Boy, all right. Feed the Mogwai. Where can they find you at, brother?
You I'm the Black Mamba, not the Mogwai. You can find me on
Oh,
Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, Instagram. It's at Loke7 at LLOUCK7. Uh, I'm I host bullsitting on at TSWS Gaming, also on Twitter and YouTube. Fridays 2200 Central African time, 1600. Oh no, 1500 Eastern time.
okay.
That's
All
it.
right.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Maybe hopefully next week or whenever you come back, we can get some trivia going. Get that in the time zone.
Yeah.
I mean in the time frame so I can win. Ham
You
Solo.
need some W in your life.
I do. I need some because I caught some L's already. And anyway, Ham Solo, where can they find you at, man?
So you can find me here every Friday, also on my YouTube channel with Loke TSWS Gaming. I'm sure you guys just got done hearing him talk all about that, but we do shows Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesday and Thursday is Behind Them Sticks with all sorts of different people around the world of gaming, and then on Fridays we do bullshit and me, Loke, and Cozy Beluga, and we talk about all the news that happened throughout the week and kind of give our opinions on that and what we think and what we're looking forward to and whatnot. But if you want to find me on Twitter, find me at hamsolo05 gaming there. And yeah, that's my outro this time.
Sir X-Man, where can they find you at?
Going to sleep.
All right. Okay, good.
Catch
Excellent.
you guys next week. Thank you for enjoying the show and enjoy the replay later.
Excellent. All right. And last but not least, man, you can catch me. I was planning on streaming. I might not stream. I don't know. It's according to what I feel like tonight. But what we will do this weekend, and I hope you guys will jump in because I got a couple of messages. We're going to be playing Crackdown.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get 10 to 12 people to join us so we can get that one server that still has that game up so we can shock the hell out of somebody and we can play some Crackdown online war, Wrecking Zone. So if you guys are down for it, let's do it tomorrow or between 5 to 10 p.m.
God's time.
Yeah, God's time Central or you know what I'm saying, whenever that time is, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever time, Central time. But whatever, just hit me up in the DMs, Kmega4 on Twitter and let me know so we can try to do this. Download it. It's not that big of a file. Let's try to do it. Let's stream it. Let's have a community night to do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it Saturday and we're going to attempt to do it Sunday as well because Viper said he couldn't do it Saturday, but he will definitely be down for Sunday. So I will be doing that. And then right after that, I'll get into doing fight night. So come on, guys.
And it will be available.
Honestly, more the merrier. If it goes above 10, that means it's going to be easier for us to get in and out of matches for everyone.
Yeah.
In regards to that. And then just think of just kind of messing with Microsoft a little bit. There's somebody that's going to have to report back that somebody was playing... People were playing Crackdown all of a sudden one night. So let's just mess with Microsoft a little bit and have a good time, right?
And
yeah, let's do it.
And PS, you can play. I'm playing it on PC. I downloaded my PC. So with them. So I'm going to play with them on PC. So you can play it on PC, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, and your old X. If you still have an old Xbox, you can jump on in and play with us. All consoles are available for this.
All right. So there we go, folks. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of early. So if you're getting ready to go out, hit the streets, you know what I'm saying? If you're vaccinated, doing your thing, go out there and go have a good damn time. It's Friday night. It's the weekend. Go get it done. Go find you something. You know what I'm saying? I got to live through you guys. You know what I'm saying? So instead of you doing the pants off dance off, you can lay and spray. But if you lay and spray, that means that you probably already knew.
Don't forget to strap it up. Strap it up.
Yeah. So probably just do the pants off dance off so you can do all types of tricks and get down and try to show off. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to do it. Anyway, all right, guys and ladies, we are out of here. Good night. Peace. Nobody got nothing to say before I hit this
I'm
button?
just hoping you're not responsible for any teenage pregnancy with your advice there.
Let me clear my throat.
It's late night. Shouldn't be no kids listening anyway. Let's go. Good night, guys.
Jeez.
I know, right?
.30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG Podcast.